are looking live at Munson Stadium, home of the 122nd Battle of the Axe. The Sherman Bearcats and Denison Yellow Jackets set to do battle shortly here in Denison, Texas. Hello, everyone. I'm David Reed along with Travis Buckner, and we have got a great football game for you, and it's one of the oldest and longest-running football rivalries in the nation.
Yeah, Battle of the Axe. There's just something special about it year in and year out. It doesn't matter when it's played. This is one of those games that both teams, both communities circle in the calendar every year.
That's right. There is a lot of history when you talk about the Sherman Bearcats and the Denison Yellow Jackets. And speaking of history, our Christy Waite has a little bit of that of her own.
That's right, David. It's a tradition that's rich in history. In fact, I went and spoke to some Sherman alumni who tell us some of their memories. So let's go ahead and take a walk down memory lane of Battle of the Axe. It's the most anticipated football game of the year, a rivalry dating all the way back to the 1900s.
In my days in the 1940, they played on Thanksgiving afternoon. And at that time, there was not a stadium, so to speak, so they had played in the Austin College Stadium at that time. And Bearcat Stadium was built in the early 1940s. But it was just a big occasion, of course, back in my day, because we didn't have a lot of other activities.
In fact, 1930 was the last time Battle of the Axe wasn't played. But just how big is this 120-year-old rivalry between the Sherman Bearcats and Denison Yellow Jackets?
When I was in high school, if you dated a Denison boy, the Sherman boys wouldn't date you.
Like all great rivalries, there were pranks, even in the 1940s.
Just a two-seater, I think, and it was sitting up on cinder blocks. And our choir director, Mr. Kaufman, the guys was all laughing and stuff, and they was going on home. And he says, "No, you guys ain't going home. I don't know who did this, but y'all got to get that car off of there." She was crying, but it was funny. We all thought it was funny.
Well, sometimes there'd be an outhouse on top of the high school building. And you know, it's just little mischievous things.
As the years have come and gone, artifacts from past and most recent games are found in the Sherman Ex-Students Association Museum.
People just donate it, you know, and they just have it around, and we get boxes full almost every time we open.
From old school cleats, helmets, jerseys, black and white photos, they all hold special memories and feelings of nostalgia.
I just have enjoyed it immensely just to be in the museum, and you might say everything's important. Every person I've met's important, and it has really kept me going all these years.
While the Battle of the Axe continues through the years, one thing remains certain: football truly brings all of us together.
Some rivalry between the two cities forever, you know, because of the growth and different things like that.
We get along with them. In fact, some of our girls married Denison boys.
As for game predictions, well, it's safe to say these former Bearcats know who the winner is.
Sherman, of course.
Yeah, you know, Travis, this game means a lot to a lot of people in a lot of different ways, and whether it's your first time or you've been coming to it forever, it's a neat event.
And whether it's your son that's playing football, your daughter's in the band, somebody's a cheerleader, you know, even if you don't even have any kids that are still in high school, this game is, like you said, means so much to so many people, and it's going to continue happening for a very long time.
That's right. Some of these fans are here for the first time tonight. Some have been coming for decades. Stan Smith, we'll bring him in on the sidelines with more on that. Stan?
Yeah, guys, Dr. Henry Scott, Denison ISD superintendent, has been a part of this game since 1961. He'll even tell you that he's been a part of this game since the leather helmet era. So he thought he had seen it all, from just comeback victories, agonizing defeats, until this year when something truly unthinkable happened off the field.
The competition is still there. And it's special, and I think everybody looks forward to that.
Denison ISD Superintendent Dr. Henry Scott has been a part of every Battle of the Axe since 1961. Whether it's been as a coach, or working in administration with the school district. As a Yellow Jacket defensive backs coach in 1962, he got a taste of how intense this rivalry can be.
We were rated #1 in the state in the highest division, and they upset us in Sherman 21-0, which was a tremendous loss to Denison people.
He says the rivalry goes beyond the football field and once knew a die-hard Denison fan who thought he made a grave mistake.
And he was talking about that he just bought a lot at Cedar Lawn. And whoever it was said, do you realize that's in Sherman? He said, you got to be kidding. And so he said, I'm going to sell that lot today. He said, I don't want to be buried in Sherman.
Dr. Scott thought he had seen everything this rivalry had to offer until something truly unthinkable hit our world.
I would have never believed that we'd be dealing with what we're dealing with today. Not only from football, but from actually having school and having some kids at home, instruction, some in person, wearing masks.
Football season was in limbo for a while because of COVID-19. But luckily for the players, coaches, and fans, the show will go on.
I think the fact we're having football, it uplifts our spirits. It gives us something to look forward to.
Even with everything that comes with a heated, long-standing rivalry, Dr. Scott believes this year's Battle of the Axe will mean more to the area than just what will be on the scoreboard.
I think it gives us an opportunity to refocus on something other than this virus that's going on and pull these communities together and share something that is special.
Stan Smith, Sports 12.
Thank you, Stan. Tate Bethel and the Sherman Bearcats getting ready for the 122nd Battle of the Axe. More pregame when we return to Munson Stadium.
The Hoyt dealerships in Sherman, Durand, and Whitesboro are now Freedom by Ed Moore's, a respected family-owned business for over 70 years. And while we have a new name, we also have the same friendly, professional staff you know and trust. Each and every one dedicated to providing outstanding customer service to the residents of North Texas and Southern Oklahoma. New name, new attitude, same great staff. The new Freedom by Ed Moore's dealerships in Sherman, Durand, and Whitesboro. And remember, nobody beats a Freedom deal. Nobody.
With Knight celebrating 108 years right now, we know it's important to focus on home. And we're going to help do that. $1.08 down on financing for as long as 60 months, $1.08 delivery, and $108 off anything over $4.99. We know home is important, and we have items in stock that can help you now. Celebrate 108 years of making homes more comfortable. Open 10 to 6, Monday through Saturday, or anytime by appointment. Better prices, better quality, Knight Furniture.
Mortgage rates are low, but what opportunities are you missing if you're only thinking about refinancing to lower your rate or term? Are you considering using some of your equity to buy investment properties, remodel your home, pay for college, pay off debt, or just put money in your pocket? This is a great time to consider how to save money.
Hi there, I'm Sabrina Wegley with Guild Mortgage here in Sherman. And I'm Michelle Castle, and we're here to help you achieve your financial goals. Give our office a call today to schedule your appointment.
It'll feel like a day at the beach during the Ford Summer Savings Event at the Utter family of dealerships. During the Ford Summer Sales Event, get 0% for 60 months, plus $1,000 retail trade assist on 2020 model year Escape, Edge, and Explorer.
Imagine those savings before you get a great Utter Family Ford deal.
Remember, you can always go to our website for our best price. Visit us at BlakeUtterFord.com
or BobUtterFord.com.
Welcome back to the 122nd playing of the Battle of the Axe. David Reed, Travis Buckner here with you. You know, Sherman quarterback Tate Bethel is certainly a standout on the football field, but he does a whole lot more than that. Christy Waite has that story.
Cats have about 30 seniors on their football team this year, and quarterback Tate Bethel is an all-district and state champion multi-star athlete.
I play football, play baseball, I'm on the fishing team, and I'm on the golf team.
Tate became the starting quarterback last year, and while it took some time for him to grow into the position, Coach J.D. Martinez says he is a vital member to his team.
Very, very talented in anything and everything he does, but I think his competitiveness is just what really drives him. Right now, Tate's experience is invaluable for him. I mean, we couldn't live without his leadership.
There's no question that Tate is seeing the fruits of his labor. So what are the keys to being a successful student athlete?
You just have to be able to be coachable. I mean, you can do anything if you listen to your coaches and have good work ethic. I mean, that's really about it.
Something that his parents have instilled in him from the start.
Very humble young man. His parents have done a great job with him.
While there's still plenty of football to be played, Tate has his eyes on being a collegiate athlete.
I want to play baseball in college.
His coaches will agree that the sky is the limit for this senior quarterback.
You know, if the football season comes out and he performs very well and he gets a couple of offers, that's not off the table. He has a possibility of going on and playing both sports. And if he's able to do that, I think some universities are going to be pretty happy with what they get.
Christy Waite, Sports 12.
Denison Yellow Jackets.
Mortgage rates are low, but what opportunities are you missing if you're only thinking about refinancing to lower your rate or term? Are you considering using some of your equity to buy investment properties, remodel your home, pay for college, pay off debt, or just put money in your pocket? This is a great time to consider how to save money.
Hi there, I'm Sabrina Wegley with Guild Mortgage here in Sherman. And I'm Michelle Castle, and we're here to help you achieve your financial goals. Give our office a call today to schedule your appointment.
Hi, I'm Dr. Alex Roby, Sherman resident and medical director at the Red River ER. As a locally owned emergency center, it's our mission to deliver medical care when it matters most to those in our community. We are staffed with experienced physicians 24 hours a day in a state-of-the-art facility, complete with advanced imaging, on-site labs, and little to no wait. From all of us at Red River ER, we look forward to serving you and the needs of our community.
At B&B Automotive, we know it's stressful when your kids start driving. Here are some tips for parents with teen drivers. Always buckle up. Install apps to help reduce texting and teen driving. Check out our site for a list of apps. Always set the example. Go over and set rules of the car. Remember, where your eyes go, your car goes. Go to our website and grab a checklist of scheduled maintenance for your car. Please come by and schedule your maintenance at our new location.
Spending life wisely means taking small steps towards a life of love and impact. And we're here to inspire and empower you along the way. Spend life wisely. First United Bank.
Back to Munson Stadium for the 122nd playing of the Battle of the Action. This game means so much to so many players, and for most players, this game actually has family connections. Stan Smith caught up with a bunch of those players who have family matters in this game as well.
When it comes to the Battle of the Axe, it's a family affair for these Denison football players.
My uncle, Vincent Rhodes, a coach here, he played. I have multiple cousins that played here.
My older brother, Devin Mitchell, played D-end. My older brother, Eric Chavez, he was a quarterback at Denison. He played at Battle of the Axe.
Will Gillespie is a fourth-generation Yellow Jacket, as his great-grandfather also played football for Denison. Following Denison's victory over Sherman in 1922, Will's great-grandfather came away with some nice bling after the game.
I know that he was on the 1922 team, and they won a district championship versus the Sherman Bearcats, and that the original Munson, the first one, gave all the players 14-karat gold football with the score and saying district champs on it.
For some, the family connection to the game means more than what was left on the field.
When one of my brothers passed away from cancer, Zach, and ever since that, just like Battle Axe really means something to me ever since he passed away. Just playing for him and giving him my all.
When we won as freshmen, we got to pick up Keebler Wagner, and he was holding his jersey. And it was just
an amazing moment.
Even with emotional connections for all of the players with family who donned the black and yellow, these players can still make room for a little family smack talk.
We don't really talk about it, but if we do, I kind of have more bragging rights than he does.
He said, yeah, but you can't beat me. He said, your team couldn't beat mine. I said, I'll put money on my team any day.
Some might not trash talk, but they all hear the same thing from their relatives.
He just told me that that's the funnest game you'll ever play in your life.
Just don't lose to them and give it your all, don't give up. It means a lot to this town and the other towns, so just keep battling and keep it over here, keep the record going.
I think it's just one of the best games to ever be played in Texas. One of the best rivalries, I think, in the whole United States.
Stan Smith, Sports 12.
Well, we've heard from the players, we've heard from the historians. We'll hear from the coaches on the Battle of the Axe coming up next.
Spending life wisely means taking small steps towards a life of love and impact. And we're here to inspire and empower you along the way. Spend life wisely. First United Bank.
With Knight celebrating 108 years right now, we know it's important to focus on home. And we're going to help do that. $1.08 down on financing for as long as 60 months, $1.08 delivery, and $108 off anything over $4.99. We know home is important, and we have items in stock that can help you now. Celebrate 108 years of making homes more comfortable. Open 10 to 6, Monday through Saturday, or anytime by appointment. Better prices, better quality, Knight Furniture.
It'll feel like a day at the beach during the Ford Summer Savings Event at the Utter Family of Dealerships. During the Ford Summer Sales Event, get $6,000 total cash back on 2020 model year F-150 XLT.
Imagine those savings before you get a great Utter Family Ford deal.
Remember, you can always go to our website for our best price. Visit us at BlakeUtterFord.com
or BobUtterFord.com.
Hey Dave, featuring Double Dave's Pizza, is open for food and entertainment for the whole family.
Downtown Denison is open, and here at the Rail Yard, we're kicking back with food and fun. Come join us. We've missed you.
Denison is open for business. Come see us, but be safe.
Welcome back to Munson Stadium for the Battle of the Axe. Sherman and Denison getting close to kickoff time here, but before we go to kickoff, we got to hear from the guys that know the most about these two football teams.
Man, I tell you what, these coaches really love this game. These kids love this game, but these coaches have to get the kids in the right mindset. So we caught up with both coaches early in the week, and Coach J.D. Martinez really wants this one.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you joining us here before the Battle of the Axe. This is unprecedented times, I guess you could say, but just talk about how grateful y'all are to be out here playing in this game throughout all of the craziness that's been going on the last couple months.
Well, we're very, very thankful to have this opportunity because it's these kids, they're seniors, and we just want to get out here and have some great memories for these kids.
And Coach, preparing your kids for not just this game but the season during a pandemic like that, what's it been like for you?
Crazy, unknowing. You never know what's going to happen. So we always talk to our kids about, hey, you got to go because you never know when the play may be your last play.
And Coach, these kids have grown up idolizing this game. So for them to finally be a part of this game, to play a big role, what does that mean to them to finally be in this position?
I think it's one thing that they've always dreamed about getting to do. And now for these seniors and some of these sophomores and juniors, they're like, hey, we get to wear that, and we get to go out there and play in this big game. And I understand it's a very big game, and people have said, if you go 9-1 and you lose that one, then it doesn't matter. Or if you go 1-9, well, you better win that one.
And Coach, from a defensive standpoint, preparing for a team like Denison with two great running backs, some weapons on the outside, a good quarterback. What are kind of the keys to prepare for a team like Denison?
You try to slow them down. You're going to try to keep them contained. They're going to get their yards. That's going to happen. You don't have weapons like that and not get your yards. So the part of it that we're going to have to do is focus, get them in some situations where maybe they can get behind the chains, rally to the ball. Our kids on the defensive side are going to be excited for the challenge to go out there and play, and I'm sure that they're going to be hungry to go out there and prove that they can play with anybody.
And Coach, it's been 7 years since the Axe has been here at Sherman. Just talk about how hungry these kids are to be the ones to bring it back.
With this coming up this year for these seniors and the whole team, they understand that they get a great opportunity right now to go out and play, have some fun, get after it, and if they're able to play their game the way that I think they can and the way that I know they can, then I think we're going to be very successful.
And for the city of Sherman, for Sherman High School, these kids, former Bearcats, to bring it home this year, what would that mean to you?
And again, it's not me doing it; it's all of us. It's our kids. It's the coaching staff. It's the families that are involved that support their children. Getting them to practice and making sure they're well fed and they're passing, they're doing their grades. So it'd be a huge win for the city of Sherman in our community, and there'd be nothing more than I would love to have that Axe back home in Sherman.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you taking the time with us. We know it's a big game on Thursday night, so we appreciate you meeting with us before the 122nd Battle of the Axe.
Well, thanks for having me. Appreciate you guys, and go Bearcats.
Well, like you heard from Coach Martinez there, it doesn't matter if you go 1-9 as long as you win this game. But you know what? Chad Rogers is 7-1 in this game.
Yeah, Chad Rogers has been pretty good in this game. There's no doubt about that. And you would think 7 in a row would be enough, but if you know anything about Chad Rogers, he wants number 8. Here now with Coach Rogers, and Coach, going into this football game, how appreciative are you that we're able to have this football game this year?
I think that's probably been the biggest takeaway for me is I always appreciate, the kids, and I appreciate the game of football and our community. But I really appreciates isn't a big enough word, I don't think, for how I feel about getting to play this season and watching our kids and in our community. Both these communities need to play this game. We need to have this gathering. We need to be able to put it on TV. We need something positive to talk about. Because it's been a very stressful time for a lot of families and a lot of people in our community.
What is it about this game, about this rivalry, that makes it so special to so many people?
Well, athletics is important. Football is important. Football is really important in this area. You can tell from all the success the teams have had around us. It's an excitement, and it brings together the community. It's a chance for our community to go against their community, and at the end of the day, we cross the same roads. We live in basically as close as you can to anybody. So it's unique, the fact that it's been going on for so long. So, and people will be all over the United States know about this game. I'm sure you guys will be famous after this.
Let's talk about the streak. It's at 7 now, and the bigger that number gets, it seems like the bigger focus there is on the number. What does that mean to try to keep that streak going, especially for your senior class?
It's been kind of unique for us, I think. I've been to rivalry games, and we have a plan that we work for the rivalry games. And there's things that what we've done with our kids is that, and our coaches do a fantastic job. It's about us. We spend all of our time on the kids in our locker room, the coaches in our office. It's not about anybody we play. There's a reason that we don't taunt. There's a reason we don't scream and do stuff. Is that we're not afraid. And we're going to make it about us, and we're going to do what we can do, and we're going to control what we can control, and not worry about the things out of our control. And we've done that a few years back, and it pays off. I'm not saying that we're perfect at it. You can get on social media and see that, but our kids are excited, just as excited as their kids are, and they got a good football team. I mean, it's going to be a good game.
Tell me a little bit about what you've seen from Sherman that has you concerned, or what they do well that's something that is a focus for you this week?
I do know that Tate, the quarterback, got better and better throughout the year. I've watched him, he's throwing the ball around. He's got some fantastic receivers. But we got some really good defensive backs, and, that are up for that are excited about the challenge.
What's that like to have those eyes on you on Thursday night in front of everybody for the biggest rivalry in the state of Texas?
And there's a lot of excitement. It's just a neat deal, I think. As far as it being on me, I wouldn't waste any time putting a camera on me. I'm always smiling, and me and the officials talk a lot, but we're usually talking about, where they're going to eat supper at after the game, and what they had for lunch, and finding out a little bit about their family and telling them about my family. So that's what I do during the game.
Coach, appreciate the time.
No problem. Thank you, David.
Well, there you go. You've heard from the coaches, and a lot of times coaches will say it's just the next game, it's another game, but neither one of these coaches ever passed the buck on that deal. They know that this is the game.
Yeah, we've kind of talked about it so far in this pregame, but as long as you beat your rival, that's pretty much all that matters. I mean, there's been times where Sherman has gone 1-9, but they beat Denison that year, so everybody was fine with it. This is just one of those games where it doesn't matter the season, it doesn't matter the records, it doesn't matter what time of the year they play or how they're supposed to be that year. This is what they always look forward to, is this game, and this is going to be a good one this year, I can already tell.
Well, here are the Sherman Bearcats as they get set to take the field, and they are hungry to win this football game because they have not won this football game the last 7 tries, and they would like to change that tonight.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, Sherman's been looking for that streak, but speaking of the streak, I mean, it's the Denison Yellow Jackets. They've played as solid as you can ask for the last 7 years. There's been some close matchups, but this Denison team, this Denison coaching staff, they know what they're doing. They've won this game 7 years in a row now, and they're definitely looking for 8 in a row tonight.
And here come the Jackets as they take the field here at Munson Stadium. Half capacity, but if you have your volume on at all, it doesn't sound like half capacity here tonight.
Whenever we talked to both coaches, they said it doesn't matter. The atmosphere is going to be electric regardless.
Yeah, 2 great football teams, and now we are playing the national anthem.
Dave, featuring Double Dave's Pizza, is open for food and entertainment for the whole family.
Downtown Denison is open, and here at the Rail Yard, we're kicking back with food and fun. Come join us. We've missed you.
Denison is open for business. Come see us, but be safe.
At B&B Automotive, we know it's stressful when your kids start driving. Here are some tips for parents with teen drivers. Always buckle up. Install apps to help reduce texting and teen driving. Check out our site for a list of apps. Always set the example. Go over and set rules of the car. Remember, where your eyes go, your car goes. Go to our website and grab a checklist of scheduled maintenance for your car. Please come by and schedule your maintenance at our new location.
The Hoyt dealerships in Sherman, Durand, and Whitesboro are now Freedom by Ed Moore's, a respected family-owned business for over 70 years. And while we have a new name, we also have the same friendly, professional staff you know and trust. Each and every one dedicated to providing outstanding customer service to the residents of North Texas and Southern Oklahoma. New name, new attitude, same great staff. The new Freedom by Ed Moore's dealerships in Sherman, Durand, and Whitesboro. And remember, nobody beats a Freedom deal. Nobody.
Hi, I'm Dr. Alex Roby, Sherman resident and medical director at the Red River ER. As a locally owned emergency center, it's our mission to deliver medical care when it matters most to those in our community. We are staffed with experienced physicians 24 hours a day in a state-of-the-art facility, complete with advanced imaging, on-site labs, and little to no wait. From all of us at Red River ER, we look forward to serving you and the needs of our community.
You're watching a presentation of 12 Media. Broadcasting live from Munson Stadium in Denison, Texas, 12 Media brings you the Battle of the Axe, sponsored by Guild Mortgage and Denison Development Alliance.
It is the 122nd edition of the greatest rivalry in Texas high school football. It's the Battle of the Axe. It's the Sherman Bearcats and the Denison Yellow Jackets. Denison will be kicking off to start the game. Sherman will receive, and Travis Buckner, this is what we've been waiting on, and for these 5A and 6A teams, it's been 4 weeks of extra waiting.
You know, they say it, good things come to those who wait, and these kids have been waiting a very long time. These parents have been waiting a long time. These coaches have been waiting a long time, and David, like you said, it's finally here, and I know they're all breathing a sigh of relief that we're about to set this off with the opening kickoff. I know they're just ecstatic right now.
Indeed they are, and Denison, the home team this year, they've won this game 7 years in a row. The Sherman Bearcats would like to flip the script on that, and we are set to kick off the 122nd Battle of the Axe, and we are underway. Sherman falls on the slip kick, and it'll be 1st and 10 Sherman starting at the 30-yard line.
It's good awareness there by E.J. Chapman, and they probably weren't expecting the onside kick to open up the game, but he was there to get on the ball, and Sherman will take over at the 31-yard line, looks like.
So J.D. Martinez will send out his offense, led by Tate Bethel, the quarterback. Had a tremendous year last year, really grew into the position, and he will lead this Sherman offense onto the field for the first series of the year. And for Sherman, Tate Bethel is going to have to be big tonight.
You know, Tate Bethel, we talked about how many things he can do outside of football, but, he's pretty good at this football thing, too. The good quarterback, Coach Martinez, talked about how he's really grown into his position this year.
Bethel in a shotgun and a whistle to start the season. So the Bearcats will burn their first time out before their first play.
I'm not sure how common that is. There's 1 second taken off the clock. Martinez must have not liked what he saw out there from his offense when they first ran out of the huddle. So he's gonna re-talk it over with his kids right here, and they're gonna hopefully figure out who was in the wrong spot, who wasn't out there, or maybe something they saw with the Denison defense that they're gonna change up what they run here.
Well, it's the first game for both teams, and of course, with the condensed schedules during the preseason the way they are, a little less time to prepare, but I'm sure they'll be working out the kinks a little bit in this first one, but it's going to have to come in a hurry for both of these teams.
It's the first game for Sherman, first game for Denison. You know what? It's the first game for you and I to be calling up here, so hopefully we can all get some bugs worked out and be all right the rest of the day.
1st and 10 for the Bearcats. Bethel back to pass, and he has dropped the sack by the Denison Yellow Jackets.
Ja'Kalen Fields really coming off the ball hard right there. It was a run-pass option for Bethel. He looked to pass, but he just did not have any time to get that ball off. Ja'Kalen Fields was all up in his face after that one. You can see here Bethel looking downfield, and he has no idea Fields is right there to wrap him up for the sack.
So we have 2nd and 17 now for Sherman as Bethel steps back into the shotgun. Bethel under pressure again, and he has dropped again. Fields was there, and it was cleaned up by William Wallace.
You can't say any more higher things about this Denison defense than both coaches have already talked about. I mean, they've talked about how aggressive this defense is. 2 plays in and 2 negative plays for the Sherman offense. So the Denison defense really getting off to a great start.
So 3rd and 21 now for Sherman. as this Denison defense has made 2 big plays in a row. Bethel back under in the shotgun. 3rd and 21, long way to go. Bethel buys time. He's got a man, and it's caught. Big play. Bethel fires to who else? Benji Amayabu.
You know, we talked to both coaches earlier in the week, and Benji Amayabu's name came up a lot in those conversations. Coach Rogers said they really had to focus on him defensively. Martinez said he was their go-to guy in big 3rd down situations, and I tell you what, that was a big 3rd down situation. It took a lot to open up this play, but Benji Amayabu just beat him off the line, and Bethel can really air it out, and he put it in a perfect spot for him in that play for sure.
Bethel, 1st and 10 at the 37, and it's a handoff, and a great run there by the Bearcats, Andrew Nerboss, and he picks up some positive yardage for Sherman on 1st down.
You know, Coach Martinez was really excited for Nerboss. This is his first year here at Sherman, and this is a guy that they really like in the backfield, so expect him to get a lot of carries tonight for the Sherman offense.
So Bethel back behind center on 2nd and 8 for Sherman. And we've got some movement on the line, maybe a free play here. Bethel's going to take off with it. He's got the corner and he picks up a 1st down. We'll see what the flag is about, but it appeared that he had drawn Denison off sides.
Yeah, we saw a lot of movement up there by the Denison line and the Sherman line for that matter. So it's going to be a decision made here by the official. We'll see what he's going to go with. It looks like they're leaning towards offsides and a free play for Sherman, but we'll go down to him now.
A little bit of pushing and shoving down on the field, and flags have come out now. Just 2.5 minutes into this game, and we've already got a little bit of disagreements.
You know, this is a game where we've talked about it. These kids have been waiting an extra 4 or 5 weeks to play in this game. You know, they've had a lot of tension built up. They've had a lot of aggression built up in this game, and you know, this is a rivalry game that goes back for over 100 years, and so we know this is going to be a very physical game. And we've got a lot of dirty laundry on the field right now with all these flags out here.
Well, the officiating crew is working it out. In the meantime, Chad Rogers and his coaching staff are talking to some of his guys, and the Sherman coaches are talking to some of their guys, and we're going to get all this worked out and see what penalties are what.
Regardless of what happened, though, what a play there by Tate Bethel to pull the ball down. You know, we've talked about how he's got the arm. He's got a great baseball player, quite the fisherman, and turns out he's got some speed too. So it was offsides on the Denison defense, but check out Tate Bethel. He knows he's got a free play, so he tucks it and runs. And we talked about those wheels. He picks up the 1st down right there for the Bearcats. So they're now set up pretty well right now for a good scoring drive.
So it's going to be 1st down and 10 after all the discussion and all the penalties, and now they're going to wind the clock. 9.5 minutes left to go here in the first period. Scoreless, as Sherman, who started this drive deep in their own territory, is closing in on the red zone. Here's Amayabu on a sweep, and there is nothing there for Benji Amayabu.
Yeah, Benji got the reverse, tried going left. He didn't see anything that he liked, so he tried cutting back to the right, but there was just nowhere for him to go there. This Denison defense, we can't say enough about it. They've been playing lights out so far here tonight. A big 1st down here in great field position, so this defense really stepping up. They look like number 89, Landry Massenberg, on the tackle there. And plus, it looks like we've got some a penalty after that. I think it's holding on Sherman here, so they're going to tack on another 10 yards onto this. don't see that too often. He's going to decline the penalty, so the Bearcats will lose yardage. And you can see there, Benji had nowhere to go, and that Denison defense just swallowed him up. Massenberg playing great fundamental defense there to keep him inside.
So it'll be second down and about 15 to go as the Sherman Bearcats line up with Bethel behind center. Rolls out, pressured, but he's got his man on the sideline, and the Bearcats are run out of bounds. Nice play there by Jacoby Hunt, who is one of Bethel's top receivers there for the Bearcats. A nice big target for Bethel to go to.
Yeah, for sure. Tate Bethel in a hurry again there. He had defense all up in his face there, but he was able to roll out, get the pass off. So a nice play there by Jacoby Hunt to come down with the catch and set the Bearcats up with 3rd and short.
Sherman quickly back to the line, and it's a handoff to Amayabu, and he pushes forward for a few yards before he's finally brought down by Massenberg.
Looks like it's enough for a first down for the Bearcats. They're now in the red zone. And David, in 2019, those Bearcats were 7 of 9 in the red zone scoring touchdowns, so 78%. That's a good percentage there. We'll see if they can score on their first opportunity in the red zone of the 2020 season.
1st and 10, Bethel dials in Husband for a pickup of about 4, maybe 5.
And Sean Husband, another one of those weapons that this Sherman offense has. You can see here that Bethel had his eyes locked on him the whole time. Sean Husband tried getting out of a tackle there, but there was just too many Yellow Jackets there to take him down.
So it's 2nd and 4. Nerbas looking for a place to go. Not a lot of running room in between the tackles there with that Denison defense.
Denison just swallowing everything up right here to start off this game. There was nowhere for Nerbas to go there. This Denison defense, really making some big plays when it matters. So now Sherman has 3rd and 4 in the first drive of the game.
So it'll be 3rd and 4. Sherman can actually pick up a first down here without scoring. Ball is on the 6-yard line. Bearcats need 4 to move the chains here on 3rd down.
Looks like Matthias Coleman is in there for an extra block in the backfield.
It's a keeper, and Bethel down to about the 3, and there's a penalty marker on the play.
Yeah, Bethel was really close to getting that first down there. We're going to see what this call is. It could be Sherman with a short yardage to pick up on 4th and inches, but we'll see what the penalty is.
Well, so they pick up the first down on the penalty, and it'll be 1st and goal for the Bearcats after another offsides penalty.
So it looks like 1st down and 3 from the 3-yard line. You got to think run play here, right?
Bethel behind center. The handoff is to Nerbas, and he is into the end zone for the first touchdown of the game. Sherman up 6-0.
Nerbas looking like the boss on that play there. He had a huge hole to run through, getting Sherman on the board first here. It looks like they might go for 2 here. In the swinging gate formation.
And now out comes the kicker to try the extra point. Bethel the holder for the extra point.
It's Dane Castleberry out there to kick for Sherman.
And Denison bringing a player on late. The kick is up and it's blocked by the Jackets. So a big play on special teams, something that has really been a difference maker for Denison in recent history of this game. Special teams making another big play for the Jackets there.
It was a good snap, a good hold, but Nerbas gets the Bearcats on the board first. You're watching the 122nd battle of the Axe.
Mortgage rates are low, but what opportunities are you missing if you're only thinking about refinancing to lower your rate or term? Are you considering using some of your equity to buy investment properties? Remodel your home, pay for college, pay off debt, or just put money in your pocket? This is a great time to consider how to save money.
Hi there, I'm Sabrina Wegley with Guild Mortgage here in Sherman.
And I'm Michelle Castle, and we're here to help you achieve your financial goals.
Give our office a call today to schedule your appointment.
Hey Dave, featuring Double Dave's Pizza, is open for food and entertainment for the whole family.
Downtown Denison is open, and here at the Rail Yard, we're kicking back with food and fun. Come join us. We've missed you.
Denison is open for business. Come see us, but be safe.
Welcome back to the Battle of the Axe. Sherman with a quick 6-0 lead after scoring a touchdown on their first drive. The extra point was blocked, and now Sherman kicking off to Denison, so the Jackets will get their first opportunity of the game.
Yeah, 11 plays, 66 yards for the score. I'm not very good at math, but that's 6 yards per play. I think that's a pretty good start for the Sherman offense.
Castleberry the kickoff, and it's a short kick. Keelion Vaughn can't quite corral it, but it goes out of bounds, and Denison will take over at the 20.
Yeah, it looks like the ball was going to go out of bounds, but Vaughn touched it, so there's no flag there for kicking it out of bounds.
Caleb Heavner brings the offense onto the field. Heavner, one of the best quarterbacks in the area, newcomer of the year in the district last year, really burst onto the scene as a dual threat quarterback for this Jacket team.
He was kind of thrown into the fire last year, and he made a lot of progression.
Heavner's going to hand it off to Jadarian Price, the all-everything running back for the Jackets, and he'll pick up a few yards, and Denison's first play from 2020 is underway.
You know, if you don't know the name Jadarian Price by now, you might want to write it down because he's getting a lot of attention nationwide, and he'll probably get a lot of attention in this game as well.
Second and about 7 for Heavner. Drops back, has time, looking for a place to go, and he is going to be sacked by a host of Sherman Bearcats. He might have actually moved his position forward there to a minor gain, but he was under pressure.
Yeah, he definitely had his eyes downfield looking for the open receiver, but that Sherman secondary really playing lights out defense right there. Tito Chavez was the first Sherman Bearcat to get to Heavner. They've got 3rd down and long now that they'll be facing.
So we have a Sherman player down on the play, and certainly hope he's okay. The Bearcats off to a good start here today, 6-0. They lead here early in the first quarter, 6:50 left to play.
Yeah, you know, we talked about how great they look. I mean, 66 yards in just 11 plays to get on the scoreboard first. And they had that big passing play to Benji Amayabu was what really set that up for the Bearcats to score. There's a replay. Looks like Tito Chavez was the first one to get to Heavner there. So after the injury timeout, looks like the Yellow Jackets have got 4 receivers out in a 3rd down and long situation.
So Denison with their offense back out on the field, 3rd and 7.
Looks like Jadarian Price setting up in the slot position out there, maybe getting him involved more in the passing game this year.
Well, Chad Rogers mentioned to us earlier in the week that both of his running backs are excellent pass catchers, both Price and Asa Osborne. We've got 3rd and 7 here for Heavner as he drops back, under pressure, steps up, and delivers a strike to Keelion Vaughn. The ball is loose, and it appears that the Sherman Bearcats have recovered.
Yeah, it was one of those plays where Heavner found his guy after seeing a lot of pressure, but that Sherman defense comes up when they really need it most. That's Connor Clark jumping on the ball, and the Bearcats will take over from there. That's Jeffrey Banks right there on the blitz, but Heavner, very well composed, finds Vaughn, and Vaughn just trying to do a little too much there. The ball comes out, and Connor Clark is going to jump on the ball there for the Bearcats to take over, in very good field position over there on the 50-yard line now.
Yeah, so the Bearcats take over with a 6-point lead. They take over at midfield, and if you were J.D. Martinez going into this game, you couldn't have asked for a better start to what we've seen here with 6:35 left in the first period.
You know, momentum is one of those really big things in Texas high school football. You know, we saw two kind of not so great plays coming out of the gate for Sherman, some negative yardage, but that big play to Benji Amayabu seemed to really turn the momentum in this game for Sherman.
So it's Tate Bethel and the Sherman offense back out onto the field by after a quick 3 plays from Denison. And now we've got a little razzle-dazzle. Amayabu on the reverse, but he is in trouble. Back to Bethel, and Bethel's going to take off. It's a loss of 2, but it was entertaining.
You know, I'm going to go out on a limb and say Bethel was not supposed to get the ball there. That was a lot of motion to almost get back to the line of scrimmage, but Bethel, a great heads-up play there to almost get it back to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, Amayabu just had nowhere to go. Looks like he and Bethel are just on the same page this year, and he says, you know what? You take the ball. Your turn.
2nd and 13 for Sherman. Bearcats appear to be changing the play. Bethel steps back, calls for the ball, looks one way, sets up the screen the other way, and they back to the original line of scrimmage there with the pickup of about 3. Arias Jones with the pickup, the sophomore receiver.
Yeah, it looks like Sherman had a really good blocking downfield, but Jalik Lewis coming up with the big tackle, fighting off the block here for Denison. You'll see him coming to your picture there. Fights off the block and brings him down. A good play there by Jalik Lewis.
That was actually Caleb Thompson on the reception, and Sherman is facing 3rd and 10. Bethel handles the high snap, steps up into the pocket. He's got Amayabu wide open. And that's a first down as Amayabu steps out of bounds at the 37.
2 big 3rd down plays and 2 receptions by Benji Amayabu. We talked about how this is their go-to guy for 3rd down, and he's really showing why early in this game so far. Benji Amayabu now 47 yards today.
Here's the handoff up the middle, and a lot of running room for Caleb Thompson.
You know, we heard a lot about Andrew Nerbas coming into this game, and Coach Martinez talked about the sophomore, Caleb Thompson, being able to handle the big situations, and he runs it right back up the middle for the big pickup and the first down for the Bearcats, looking like he's handling that pressure pretty well early on.
Nerbas back in the backfield now, 1st and 10 for Sherman at the 23. Bethel takes the snap, looks one way, runs the other. Bethel's got some room, picks up about 4, maybe 5 before he's knocked off his feet.
Yeah, the Bearcats had 3 receivers to the left there and just Sean Husband to the right side, but Bethel's eyes immediately went over to Sean Husband on the right side of the field by himself, but he decides to pull down. That Denison defensive line really getting a lot of pressure on Bethel today. Yeah, great tackle there as well.
So it's 2nd and 7, 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Sherman leading 6-0. Bethel back under center. Sherman has controlled the ball and the clock most of this game. Bethel, they leave another man open on that left side. It's Nerbas. That's a first down, but there's a flag marker on the play.
Looks like it might have been a free play for Sherman with offsides there, but a great play there by Nerbas. I'll tell you what, if Keelan Vaughn's not there to make the open field tackle, that could be another 6 points there for Sherman. Yeah, we got a lot of movement there up front.
Nerbas just releases and nobody goes with him for Denison, and that was an easy first down for Sherman.
Great play there by Vaughn for sure, though, to keep him out of the end zone.
Offsides, defense, number 55. That penalty will be declined. The result of the play is the first down.
So it is offsides. They decline the penalty. They'll take the play, obviously, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 10. So 1st and goal, it appears, as they now drop the chains.
Sherman 1 for 1 in the red zone so far tonight.
Bethel hands to Nerbas. Nerbas breaking tackles and getting it down to the 5 as Sherman inches closer to the end zone.
Now, when we talked to Coach Martinez about Andrew Nurbas coming in from Kansas, the one word that he used a lot defining him is skates. He said he just looks like he's on skates out there. He makes so many quick movements, really gets through the defense there. Martinez likes what he sees from Nurbas. He's got a lot of trust in him so far, so looks like they could have a big game from him.
3.5 minutes to go in the first. Bethel slips it out to Husband. He breaks a tackle, and it's a touchdown for Sherman.
A quick screen play called for the Sherman offense, and they're jumping out to the early lead. Sherman executed that play very well. Looked like Denison might get in there to break it up, but Sean Husband strong enough and long enough to get in there for the 6 points.
So the Bearcats jump out in front 12-0, now lining up for the swinging gate play. Bethel's going to snap it. He's going to walk in for the 2-point conversion.
Tell you what, that swinging gate, very hard to defend, especially for a team that doesn't see it very often, but Bethel making the most of it, now putting them back up by 14-0. Tate Bethel making the great play there, but Sean Husband can't say enough about the route that he ran there. And look at this block here by Jacoby Hunt. Holds onto his guy there and gives Husband enough time to get into the end zone. Sherman now leads it by 2 scores. A great start for these Bearcats.
$14-0 Sherman with the lead here in the first. Want to take a moment to thank our sponsors. Guild Mortgage of Sherman, one of our title sponsors this evening, along with Denison Development Alliance. This game's sponsored to you as well by Freedom Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Sponsored by Knight Furniture, B&B Automotive, Red River ER, and First United Bank. And the Utter family of dealerships, Ford, Lincoln, and Kia. So Sherman leads 14-0, 3:22 left in the first. And if you're J.D. Martinez, Travis, couldn't have asked for a much better start than this.
You know, Coach Martinez talked about, you know, their pace of play this week has got to be, don't be afraid, be aggressive. And if there's anything this Sherman offense and Sherman defense has been so far, I think you can definitely define it as aggressive. They've made plays all over the field so far tonight.
So Sherman set to kick off, and it's another kick that didn't go very far, and that one goes straight out of bounds. Here's another look at the 2-point conversion by Bethel, who had wide open space up the middle.
Yeah, Bethel, one of those guys where he's got great vision. Coach Martinez just can't say enough nice things about Tate Bethel. He can pretty much do it all. You really saw the vision there. He didn't like what he saw out on the outside, so he decided to tuck it and run. And it was a pretty good decision because it put them up by 14 after that.
So Denison will see if they can get their offense going. They've got excellent field position here. After the short kick, they're on the Sherman side of the 50. So Caleb Heavner will bring the offense back out to see if Denison can get something going. Heavner, high snap, hands it off to Jadarian Price. He makes about a yard or two out of something that didn't look like anything.
Yeah, Matthias Coleman, number 7 there for the Bearcats. He's going to come up from his linebacker position and meet Price at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that play, a great play there. A lot of drive up there from the defensive line.
Jadarian Price, the heavily recruited running back from Denison, got offers from everybody from Ohio State to USC, and Heavner keeps it and picks up a few yards. It's going to be about 3rd and 6 for Denison.
Yeah, Brandon Bonilla on the play there. You know, he's actually the captain of what they call the screw gang here for the Denison defense, kind of like the hot boys for the Cowboys. Pretty good play there by Bonilla.
Oh, now we've got an offsides penalty on Sherman, it appears, and they're going to blow it dead. So instead of 3rd and 6, we may have 3rd and 1.
Offsides, defense, number 22, 5-yard penalty Replay, second down.
So free play there for Denison. They're going to move the ball. It looks like about
Third
and
down.
1 probably for the Yellow Jackets there.
There's Chad Rogers, the head coach, along with Stanley Morrison right there to his right, a legendary quarterback here at Denison. Heavner, he's going to keep it, and he's going to pick up the first down, and for a moment it looked like he might not.
Yeah, great open field tackle there by Braden Speed to make sure that Heavner didn't get into the second level. But Heavner, a great decision there to pull the ball. He had his eyes downfield. He's going to tuck this one and run. He gets to the sidelines, but just couldn't quite get there. But he gets past. He gets enough for the first down there for the Yellow Jackets.
2:15 left in the first period. Sherman leading 14-0. Heavner has the Jackets on the move. No. Price goes in motion. The handoff is to Asa Osborne, and he is hit hard by Bonilla.
A big hit there by Bonilla. Coach Martinez talked about how Bonilla is the vocal leader of this team, not just defensively, but Bonilla coming up, filling that hole, and meeting Osborne there right at the line of scrimmage. You saw him go to the sidelines and throw up the Screw Gang sign. He's the Screw Gang captain is what they call him.
Well, he sure delivered the blow there to Osborne, and that was a big hit for Bonilla. Heavner now on 2nd and 9. Looking for a man, and there is not much there. The ball is caught by Wagner, but he is dropped immediately by that Sherman defense.
Have you heard the name Bonilla tonight? Well, there he is again, coming up, making the big play. You know, Dennis running the screen pass here. It's really easy for a defender to come up and think you've got a wide open sack, but Bonilla plays great defense there. Assignment defense comes up with the big tackle. Good play by Bonilla there.
So it's going to be 3rd and 11 for Denison. Maybe 4-down territory here. Heavner in the gun. Drops back, and he is under duress. And down he goes. Benji Amayabu there for the sack.
Benji Amayabu and Jacoby Hunt making big plays on the offense, making big plays on the defense as well. These guys can pretty much do it all. You know, last year Coach Martinez said that Benji was one of those guys that played maybe too much defense and couldn't contribute enough to the offense, but this year looks like he's able to kind of do both.
Just outstanding athletes and outstanding football players, Amayabu and Jacoby Hunt. And Denison will punt on 4th and 21.
Looks like Amayabu and Husband back deep to return this punt.
Some dangerous return guys for Sherman. The punt, it's a good punt, but it sails into the end zone for the touchback. So Sherman will take over 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Earlier in the week, we talked to Coach
Sullivan. I'm J.D. Martinez, head coach of the Sherman Bearcats.
This is Coach Rogers. And both Denison and Sherman are really excited about this game.
And as we prepare for the 122nd Battle of the Axe, I want to remind you to be kind.
Practice social distancing. Wear your mask.
Let's adhere to the social distancing guidelines.
Be safe. Love your neighbor.
And let's have some great sportsmanship.
We're going to need your help in the stadium.
And as always, go Cats.
And go Jackets.
What a great message from those two coaches as we sit here with half capacity for the Battle of the Axe, and both coaches encouraging fans to take care of one another.
That's what we got to do.
1st and 10 for Sherman. Bethel throws, and it's picked off. And it's going to be a Denison touchdown. Keelion Vaughn.
Yeah, Bethel was looking for E.J. Chapman on the comeback route. But Keelion Vaughn, he's a 4-year starter for this Denison defense. He's going to jump that route, and he's going to make a house call after that. That's maybe the momentum shift that Denison needed tonight. So far, it's been all Sherman. But after a great play like that, looks like momentum could be moving in Denison's direction.
Well, it's what he does. He had so many interceptions last year, and a lot of people just won't throw at Keelion Vaughn, and now you know why.
He was a first-team all-district player at that cornerback position last year. 4 interceptions, and believe it or not, 22 tackles from the defensive back position.
Jackets will now attempt the extra point. It is up, and it is good. So with the interception, so ends the first quarter. We are through the first. Sherman with a 14-7 lead, but Denison is on the board.
With Knight celebrating 108 years right now, we know it's important to focus on home. And we're going to help do that. $1.08 down on financing for as long as 60 months, $1.08 delivery, and $108 off anything over $4.99. We know home is important, and we have items in stock that can help you now. Celebrate 108 years of making homes more comfortable. Open 10 to 6, Monday through Saturday, or anytime by appointment. Better prices, better quality, Knight Furniture.
At B&B Automotive, we know it's stressful when your kids start driving. Here are some tips for parents with teen drivers. Always buckle up. Install apps to help reduce texting and teen driving. Check out our site for a list of apps. Always set the example. Go over and set rules of the car. Remember, where your eyes go, your car goes. Go to our website and grab a checklist of scheduled maintenance for your car. Please come by and schedule your maintenance at our new location.
Mortgage rates are low, but what opportunities are you missing if you're only thinking about refinancing to lower your rate or term? Are you considering using some of your equity to buy investment properties, remodel your home, pay for college, pay off debt, or just put money in your pocket? This is a great time to consider how to save money.
Hi there, I'm Sabrina Wegley with Guild Mortgage here in Sherman.
And I'm Michelle Castle, and we're here to help you achieve your financial goals.
Give our office a call today to schedule your appointment.
The Battle of the Axe is brought to you by Denison Development Alliance, Guild Mortgage of Sherman, Freedom Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, Knight Furniture, B&B Automotive and Wrecker, Red River ER, First United Bank, and the Utter family of dealerships, Ford, Lincoln, and Kia. 14-7, Sherman leading Denison, but Denison finally getting in the end zone on the last play of the first quarter. And it's game on at the Battle of the Axe, much like we anticipated.
Yeah, that was actually the first mistake made by Tate Bethel tonight. He's 8 of 9 so far on the night. That's the only incomplete pass for his night so far, but he just completed it to the wrong guy.
Ball still hasn't hit the ground. Here's the kickoff for Denison as they try to keep it away from Amayabu. Mission accomplished on that. And their boss takes it up to the 30, and that's where the Bearcats will take over 1st and 10.
We'll take another look at the interception here. Bethel looking for the short pass here to E.J. Chapman, but Keelan Vaughn just makes a great play, jumps in front of the route, and he takes it back to the house for 6. Like I said, that's the first incomplete pass by Tate Bethel so far tonight. 93 yards and a touchdown so far.
So just starting the second quarter now, Tate Bethel and the Sherman Bearcat offense back onto the field. Bethel hands it off to their boss. There's a penalty marker down. Could be a hold. He picks up about 3. And we'll see what the penalty's all about.
Looks like this one could be coming back on a holding call.
Holding, 66 of the offense. 10-yard penalty, replay first down.
You know, before the flag came down, Landon Ellis made a great play on their boss. You know, so far we've seen their boss is pretty tough to bring down. He's got some moves. He's also got some power, but Landon Ellis, you know, really showing the ability to make an open field tackle there. But you know, Sherman pushed back another 10 yards here, so it's going to be 1st down and 20 from their own 20.
So Sherman has it now, 1st and 20. Bethel in the gun. He's going to keep it. He's got some room. Bethel trying to get the corner. Picks up 10, back to the original line of scrimmage, but a nice scramble again from Tate Bethel.
You know, what makes that really possible is wide receivers blocking downfield. E.J. Chapman and Benji Amayabu really holding on to the defenders there. Bethel showing us the ability that he can really run this ball when he needs to. You know, Coach Martinez talked about how if he's going to make a difference in this game, he's going to have to tuck it and run, and he's making some big plays so far today.
So they're back to the original line, 2nd and 10 for Sherman. 11 minutes left in the second quarter. Bethel back to throw. He's being pressured, flushed out of the pocket, and he'll step out of bounds. With about a 3-yard gain, it's going to be 3rd and 7.
Yeah, that was Datorian Johnson finally forcing Bethel out of bounds. You know, Bethel's been running for his life back there. It seems like every time he looks up, he's got a Denison defender in his face. It's going to be a long night for Tate Bethel if he can't get more blocking up front to help him out back there. Bethel did manage to pick up a few yards there, so it's a manageable 3rd down here from the 33-yard line.
Big 3rd down here for Sherman as they try to keep this drive going. Bethel calls for it. Here comes the rush. He's in trouble, and down he goes. Denison with the big sack. It's Dakota Butrell that got there first.
You know, so far, Sherman's really executed well. They were 100%, 4 of 4 on 3rd down, but Butrell really making the play there to make it so they would not pick up that 1st down there. Sherman going to have to punt for the first time tonight.
Any idea who the punter might be, Travis?
Well, I'm guessing that if Tate Bethel can fish, golf, play baseball, play football, run and throw, I'm going to guess he can punt too.
Almost got blocked. There will be no return, and that ball is going to die right around the 10-yard line. Make it the 9.
Yeah, that's a 63-yard punt. I think he just proved to us that he can just about do everything. I mean, can he mime? Can he do magic tricks out there as well? We do have a flag down the field, looks like, though.
League procedure on the offense, number 1. 5-yard penalty, replay 4th down.
So the penalty on Sherman, and they're going to make Bethel try to punt it again.
Yeah, if I'm Denison, I don't want to take the ball where Bethel just punted it that time. You think he could go 63 yards again 2 times in a row? I tell you what, though, Keebler Wagner almost got a hand on that play there and blocked the punt for Denison.
Here's a look at the punt. Look how close Denison got to blocking this.
Oh, one more step, I think Wagner would have had it.
So Bethel is going to do it again. He's got Beniti out there protecting him this time. A little more time, but not near as good a punt. That ball's not even going to get to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like Bethel kind of hit that one off the foot, off the side of his foot there. Maybe a huge difference there, maybe a 53-yard difference on that one. So it looks like Denison's going to take over in some very good field position. And we kind of talked about it. Momentum really seems to be on Denison's side right now. So they're going to try to find the end zone and tie this game up before we go into halftime.
A 53-yard penalty.
Wow. Coach Martinez can't be too happy about that one.
So the Jackets take over. 9:38 left in the first half. And they're going to blow this one dead. It looks like Sherman may have jumped.
Hey, like we talked about, it's the first game. You know, they're just excited. You know, offsides, false starts, they're going to happen. Everybody's just ready to go. You know, it's the first game. They're still working things out, and penalties are just going to be one of those things.
Looks like it was just a do-over. 1st and 10. Heavner's going to keep it. He's going to pick up maybe 5 as the Jackets move the pile forward.
You know, I think that's one thing that Heavner really worked on this year was his ability to run. Coach Rogers talked about how much faster and how much stronger he has gotten over the offseason. You know, he's really going to try to put those legs to work to be a dual-threat quarterback this season.
Heavner hands off to Osborne, and Asa Osborne really doesn't have anywhere to go on that one.
Like Matthias Coleman was there to break that one up at the line of scrimmage. You know, Coach Martinez talked about he wants his defensive line to just cause havoc there from the snap.
So here we go on the little pitch out to Osborne, and he's run out of bounds. And there has just been some really good defense from the Sherman Bearcats after the tough turnaround on the punt to try to keep this Denison offense from hurting the defense.
Yeah, well, the defense got a pretty big break with the offense being out there for quite a while the last 2 drives.
4th down, Denison's going for it. Heavner back to throw, fires, and it's incomplete. Sherman holds.
I think that's just what that Sherman defense needed, forcing a turnover, starting in the short field position. So a good play there by that Sherman D.
So the Bearcats will take over with a 14-7 lead over Denison.
Mortgage rates are low, but what opportunities are you missing if you're only thinking about refinancing to lower your rate or term? Are you considering using some of your equity to buy investment properties, remodel your home, pay for college, pay off debt, or just put money in your pocket? This is a great time to consider how to save money.
Hi there, I'm Sabrina Wegley with Guild Mortgage here in Sherman.
And I'm Michelle Castle, and we're here to help you achieve your financial goals.
Give our office a call today to schedule your appointment.
Hey Dave, featuring Double Dave's Pizza, is open for food and entertainment for the whole family.
Downtown Denison is open, and here at the Rail Yard, we're kicking back with food and fun. Come join us. We've missed you.
Denison is open for business. Come see us, but be safe.
Welcome back to the Battle of the Axe. Sherman with a 14-7 lead and the football. They take over 1st and 10 on their own 30. 8:40 left to play here in the first half. Bethel in the shotgun. Hands off to Amayabu. There's nowhere to go, and now he's going to go the other way, and look out. Benji Amayabu doing his thing.
Now that Tate Bethel kind of turned into a blocker there for a minute, but Keelan Vaughn for this Denison defense coming up. He knows Benji Amayabu is a tough guy to bring down, but he faces it head on, and he's able to bring Amayabu down.
Penalty marker on the play. All sorts of things to sort out here.
You know, I think Coach Rogers really likes what he's seeing out of his defense right now. We've heard the name Keelan Vaughn a couple times.
10 yards.
Ja'Kalen Fields also making some big plays. You know, this Denison defense making big plays early and often, and I don't think it's going to slow down anytime soon. Rogers really likes the way the defense plays, and he's going to make sure they play very physical.
Sherman, 10-yard penalty, replay, 1st down.
Looks like the penalty was on Sherman there. Block in the back, so they're going to move this one even further back. But Amayabu trying to make something happen. He saw a lot of yellow jerseys in front of him, cuts back field, but there was the block right there.
Yep.
And that was on Datarian Johnson, was the Denison Yellow Jacket who was blocked in the back there. And he's a tough guy to block, so I understand that. He had 15 tackles last season. He's just now in his junior year. He's a big kid at 6'1", 185. Really plays defensively, or plays defensive. Very assignment defensive football.
Well, the Sherman Bearcats started this game very quickly, scoring the first 2 touchdowns of the game. And Denison still hasn't had much luck on offense. Their only scoring play was a pick 6 from Keelan Vaughn. And that's where we stand right now, 14-7.
You know, I think one of the biggest stats so far is Sherman is 4 of 5 on 3rd down. Denison, on the other hand, 1 of 4, and they're 0 for 1 on 4th down. Both coaches talked about how important 3rd down play is and how much momentum that could carry over into the next series even. So they really try to pride themselves on their 3rd down percentage. And Sherman right now leading the way at 80% over Denison.
Can I give you another stat that's a key stat of this game so far?
Hit me with it.
Jadarian Price and Asa Osborne have combined for 5 yards rushing.
That's monumental. You know, to face a team with 2 backs like that, that's tough to do. So credit that Sherman defense for holding them there.
Sherman takes over again. Bethel back to throw, steps up, and delivers a strike for a big pickup there. It's Jacoby Hunt on the reception, and now they're saying it's incomplete.
Look how he bobbled it there, but Landon Ellis came in there to make the big, I think it was Landon Ellis came in there to block the catch here. We'll take another look. Sure enough, Landon Ellis came in there, put some pressure on Jacoby Hunt, and he dropped the football.
All those Denison officials were right down there on top of it to call it incomplete on the coach's sidelines. 8 minutes to go in the half. Bethel hands off, and there is just nowhere to go for Nerboss.
Like Jude Walters was the first Yellow Jacket to fill the hole there. Nerboss had nowhere to go. You could have put Walter Payton back there, Emmett Smith, and they wouldn't have had anywhere to go either. But Jude Walters, the junior from Denison, 5'7", 195, coming up, making the big play. Sherman facing a 3rd and 21 here. So we'll see if they can keep their high 3rd down percentage up.
Sherman needs a lot of yards here on 3rd down. 3rd and 21, but they've done it before.
Keep your eye on Amayabu if he's out there.
Bethel rolls to his right, looking, and just throws it away. So Sherman will have to punt. It's 4th down.
Yeah, Bethel scrambling out there, but he just had nowhere to throw. Credit that Denison secondary playing lockdown defense, forcing him to throw the ball away. So they're going to have to punt here. But remember, Bethel, he's got quite the leg on him back there, so he could really flip the field here. But Keelan Vaughn, if he's got anything to say about it, he's going to do it. This guy's got some speed back there to return the kick.
Both of these teams have very dangerous kick returners, and nobody really wants to kick to anybody, and I think we've seen that so far. Bethel gets a low lining punt away. Bond's going to play it. Bond's got some room. Keelan Vaughn steps out of bounds at the 30.
Yeah, Vaughn picked up some pretty key blocks there. Give him the ability to do that. Vaughn, we talked about how dangerous he is with that speed that he's got, but we do have a flag down on the field. But take a look at the punt. Vaughn is going to hit the sideline, pick up 2 key blocks.
Good block there on Bonilla.
Finally forced out.
Yeah. So this one could be coming back. The officials are working things out. Seven minutes to go here in the first half. Sherman up 14-7.
Looks like a block in the back is what they're going to call here on Denison, so maybe that explains why that block looks so good. You really got to credit Denison's secondary so far tonight. We talked about how many weapons both teams have. Sherman's got a lot of guys out there. Sean Husband, Benji Amayabu, Jacoby Hunt, E.J. Chapman. But aside from that one really big 40-yard passing catch from Amayabu in the first drive, Denison's secondary has looked very strong in this one, and it's got their offense set up for success here.
There is no foul on the play.
They're going to pick it up after that.
Well, a lot to do about nothing. J.D. Martinez not real happy with that decision.
Well, you heard Coach Rogers in the pregame talk about how he talks to the officials about, where they're going to eat after the game. Maybe that's what they wanted to do, too, is just kind of figure out good spots to eat in Denison or Sherman.
It's 1st and 10 for Denison on the 32-yard line. Denison trailing by 7, trying to get things tied up here with 7 minutes left in the first half. Heavner, back throw, plenty of time, delivers the ball to Vaughn. He's got it, steps out of bounds at about the 7-yard line.
Vaughn has a lot of moves to him. Doesn't matter if he's got to beat somebody down the field or put a move on. That was in double coverage, but he still comes down with the catch there for the big pickup, but we do have a flag down on the field again.
Good pass by Heavner here. Just delivered the ball to a wide open Vaughn, but it's all coming back.
Dead ball, personal foul, late hit, 57 of offense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Well, that's too bad because that would have been Heavner's longest pass of the day so far.
So a huge penalty there, wiping out the play that took Vaughn down to the 7-yard line. But they are going to place the ball, and it looks like about the 22.
You know, David, we've talked about how many weapons both sides of the football. I mean, if you've got Keebler Wagner coming in for Keelan Vaughn, that says a lot about how deep this team is offensively.
Ball goes to the end zone, and it's a touchdown. Keebler Wagner was wide open in the back of the end zone, and Heavner delivered a strike. It was actually Keegan Pruitt on the reception for the touchdown.
I think we've mentioned it a time or two so far tonight, David. Momentum. It's one of the biggest things in high school football, and Denison really rolling with it right now.
Extra point is blocked by the Bearcats, and Bonilla has some room to run. Bonilla is going to take it all the way. No flags.
Wow. I think we've called Bonilla's name quite a few times so far tonight. He's shown us what he can do as a linebacker, but turns out he's got some wheels. He's got some endurance. He took that one 98 yards to the house. That's going to be a big momentum shift going Sherman's way.
Well, here's the touchdown. Heavner just delivered a beautiful ball. And a great catch.
Yeah, Keegan Pruitt was all alone back there. That would have been an NFL touchdown. He got both feet down. Pruitt, one of those guys that's just a junior this year. A lot of these weapons we talk about for the Yellow Jackets are just juniors. They've got a lot of guys coming back next year. But Pruitt had one touchdown on 116 yards last season, and he's stepping up big again.
Take another look at the blocked extra point. You see Bonilla, he is just completely gassed.
God, there's a lot of Bearcats back there to make that block happen. Then Bonilla was just in the right place at the right time. He's giving it everything he's got right there, turning on the Jets. That puts Sherman back on top, 16-13 after that big play. Special teams, we talked about it, could be the deciding factor in every single football game.
So instead of a tie game, it's Sherman 16, Denison 13 with 6:37 left in the first half.
So after that, I feel like, you know, Tate Bethel watching that from the sidelines, he's got to be fired up after seeing his linebacker run that one back. And he's got plenty of time to work with. 6:37 left in the second. We'll see what Sherman can do.
Short kick again, and here come the Sherman Bearcats on the return. Stepping out to the 40 is Caleb Thompson, and then there's an extra push at the end. Sherman looking for a flag. I don't see one, and J.D. Martinez just threw his headset down.
You know, Caleb Thompson's one of those guys that, you know, J.D. Martinez is expecting a lot from for many years to come. Just a sophomore, but he's got a ton of speed. Comes in at 5'11", 180, and he's pretty shifty, as you saw right there. He can really make some moves whenever he needs to, and he's going to set Sherman up with pretty good field position.
Let's see if we can see what has him so upset. Maybe that?
Could be.
Sherman takes over, 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Bethel hands off to Nerbas. Nerbas steps out of a tackle. He's got the 50, and he is across the 50 to the 48.
And Nerbas had a huge hole to run through there. Left guard Daniel Clark and Matthew Parks really coming up big for that Sherman line. You know, Matthew Parks is one of those guys that Coach J.D. Martinez described as having swagger. So he's doing his part here tonight for that Sherman line at center.
1st and 10 for Bethel. Handoff. Nerbas steps out of another tackle. Another one. He turns it up, and he's across the 40, and he's close to another first down.
Coach Martinez was right. He says he looks like he's playing like he's on skates out there. I'm not sure how, but Jude Walters almost had him down in the backfield, but Nerbas was able to keep his feet going and shows off just how well he can skate out there on the turf. Gets out of 2 tackles. What a play there by Nerbas, for sure.
1st and 10 for the Bearcats. Bethel in the shotgun, hands it off to Nerbas, and why not? He picks up about 4, maybe 5. The Bearcats continue to move the ball. There's a penalty marker down.
You know, Sherman seems like they've always had a great stable of running backs in the past. You know, last season it was Mike Brown. 2 seasons ago it was Nate Amayabu, Benji Amayabu's brother. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see more running out of the Bearcats.
5-yard penalty, replay, first down.
So it's going to be 1st and 5 for Sherman. Caleb Thompson is the running back now with Bethel, giving their boss a well-deserved breather. Bethel looking for a place to go, steps out of trouble. He's got a little room to run, and he's going to step out of bounds.
Yeah, Javante Briscoe for the Yellow Jackets looked to be the first one back there. You know, Tate Bethel has been running. He might as well be a marathon runner on top of everything else, how much he's run tonight. Look at Briscoe back there, almost got Bethel down. But this kid's gotten faster, he's gotten stronger. Coach Martinez can't say enough about him picking up the first down for the Bearcats.
5:25 left in the half. Sherman on the move. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Bethel may have drawn Denison off again, or did the Bearcats flinch?
There was a lot of movement up there on both sides of the offensive and defensive line.
False start, 65 offense. 5-yard penalty, replay, first down.
So the Bearcats will move back 5 and try it again. It'll be 1st and 15 from the 29. And the Bearcats have been able to draw Denison off a little bit, but that time did not go their way.
Looks like Jacoby Hunt kind of in the backfield in that H-back position for the Bearcats this drive.
Handoff to Thompson. Picks up a few yards. It's going to be 2nd and long. 5:15 left in the half. Sherman on the move, facing 2nd and about 13 here.
Sherman is so dangerous in so many different ways. They've got different backs. They've got a great quarterback back there with Bethel and so many great receivers. You know, it's so hard to prepare for a team like this.
Bethel in trouble, steps up, looking. Pass is incomplete, intended for Elijah Chapman.
Looks like Jalik Lewis, cornerback on the play there to break it up. And Jalik had 45 tackles, just a junior. He had 45 tackles last season, plus an interception. He was an honorable mention all-district cornerback last season. At 6 foot, I mean, he's got the reach to be a good cornerback.
3rd down, 13. Bethel trying to keep this drive alive for Sherman. Here comes the rush, and he's going to dump it off. Intended for Caleb Thompson.
It's just the 2nd time the Bearcats haven't been able to convert on 3rd down tonight. A good stop there by the defense for Denison.
So it's going to be 4th and long, and we've got an interesting decision here for sure.
Yeah, Bethel thought he had an open running back there, but unable to find him on the screenplay. And it looks like they're going to roll the kicker out here. That's Dane Castleberry.
This would be an awfully long field goal.
With about 37 yards for Castleberry. Just a sophomore this year, so just a young gun back there. I think Coach Martinez wants a few more minutes to think about this one.
Second charge, time out of the half.
Maybe having second thoughts after seeing how long that field goal attempt was going to be. It looked like it was going to be from the 37-yard line, which would make it a 47-yard attempt.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this Denison defense has really stepped up big in the second quarter. You know, Tate Bethel was 8 of 8 in the first quarter so far. He hasn't, I don't think he's completed the pass in the second quarter, so give credit to this Denison secondary really coming up big whenever they need them to.
So there's 4 minutes, 37 seconds left here in the first half, with Sherman leading this one 16-13. Both teams have scored 2 touchdowns, but the Bearcats blocked extra point, returned the distance for the 2-point conversion has been the difference in the game.
So I'm kind of curious. You know, we've seen all the different things that Tate Bethel can do. Do you run him out there at kicker and see if he can, if he's got the leg for it? We know he can punt, but I think he's actually going to be holding this kick here. So Tate Bethel, kind of the Swiss Army knife out there.
So this is actually going to be a 44-yard attempt. The kick is up, and it hits the upright.
Almost had the distance there. 1 more yard short, and it would have been there. If that was a 43-yarder, he might have had that one.
So Denison will take over 1st and 10 on a field goal that just comes up a little short.
But that was still a good drive by Sherman there. I liked what I saw there. A lot of good runs by Andrew Nerbos. You know, Sherman's got to find some consistency offensively here, but Denison, plenty of time here to make something happen and take a lead into halftime with just over 4.5 minutes left.
So Heavner takes over. They pitch it to Jadarian Price, and he picks up a few yards. They'll keep the clock moving with 4:25 left to play in the half.
So far tonight, I feel like Price has been pretty quiet. Just 2 carries for 3 yards to that point, but he picked up a good chunk there.
Heavner again behind center, steps back. Here comes the rush. He steps out of trouble, buying a little time, and he's just going to throw it away.
Sherman running a 3-3 stack defense. It seemed like they got a lot of pressure there on Heavner. Just nowhere to go. Plus the secondary is playing lights out defense back there, so nowhere to go with the ball. I mean, there's not much more you can do. Heavner with the smart play to live another down and get the ball away.
This is going to be 3rd and 4 with just under 4 minutes to play.
Denison 1 of 4 so far on 3rd down.
Heavner's going to roll left, looking for Price, not there.
Ooh, good fake.
He's got room to run, and he's got a 1st down, and Caleb Heavner can do that.
Yeah, Heavner was really thrown into the fire last season after an injury. Played quarterback after the 2nd game of the season, and you know, Coach Rogers has talked about how much he has developed as a quarterback and his decision making. And you saw a great decision made there to pick up the 1st down, but it looks like we got something to talk about here. I didn't think I saw a flag down, but I might have missed it.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 3 of Denison and number 9 of Sherman. Those penalties offset. That's their first unsportsmanlike conduct of the game.
So another unsportsmanlike times 2. So they cancel each other out, and we play 1st and 10 as if nothing had happened.
So that play looking even better now by Heavner with a fake throw to give him enough time. So now Denison's got 1st and 10.
Heavner hands to Jadarian Price, and here he comes. Picks up about 6, and he's run out of bounds.
You know, Denison runs a lot of these 2-back sets. Whenever you've got 2 guys like Asa Osborne and Jadarian Price, I mean, you can really run the ball, but that Sherman defense really made Jadarian Price earn that one. It's really spread them out there, but Jadarian, it's the name to remember. He picked up some good yardage there.
And now there seems to be an issue with the chains as they reset on the far sideline.
Maybe 2nd down in inches now.
Well, he picked up about 6 on the run, right?
But the way those sticks are set up right now,
now they've moved the chains.
Hey, it's the first game for everybody.
And now some applause from the stands. And now we're going to talk about it some more.
Well, while they talk about that, we'll talk about, again, these Denison running backs. You know, we've talked about how often they run that 2-back set with Asa Osborne and Jadarian Price. Coach Rogers said they are 2 very selfless running backs. They don't care who gets the ball. They don't care who has to block. They just care they get the win.
Heavner going to keep it. Runs into Bonilla and some other guys, and not much there.
Yeah, it looked like Heavner had the option to hand the ball off or keep it, and I think he liked what he saw. He did have a small hole going up the middle, but Bonilla filled that gap and took Heavner down before he get too much there.
So now it's 2nd and 8, and Heavner will throw. Dumps it off to Price. Price got 1 man in front of him and steps out of bounds at midfield.
You know, I think that's one part of Jadarian Price's game that we've seen him develop the most over this last offseason. And we knew how well he could run the ball, but hauling in catches is something that he's really worked on hard this season. We'll take another look at it. He brings it in. He picks up some pretty good yardage before he's finally forced out of bounds. He's got some moves too, so he can make it happen.
Heavner going to give it to Price. Price gets around the left edge, picks up a 1st down and more. Down inside the 40.
It's kind of crazy how often you think you've got him held up in the backfield, but he just somehow eludes all the defenders. You see here, it looks like Matthias Coleman almost had him in the backfield, but Price just too fast, too many moves, and he picks up the 1st down for the Jackets.
So it's 1st and 10 at the 38. There are 3 minutes left in the half. Heavner hands it off to Osborne. He's got some room. Penalty marker down. He's inside the 35, and we'll see what the penalty is all about. Could be a hold.
Yeah, probably so. Whenever you've got 2 running backs like this, though, it's good to see both of them get involved. You know, Rogers didn't say that one is better than the other. It's more like you got running back 1A
Holding,
and running back 1B.
57 of the offense. 10-yard penalty, replays down.
Let's see if we can pick it up on the replay. It's a holding call on Denison.
Oh, yeah, right there on the right side.
Got him up on the shoulder a little high there. That drew the flag. 1st and 20 now for Denison. Heavner rolls right, dumps it off to Keelan Vaughn. He's got some room to run. He takes it back close to the 40, and it's going to be 2nd and about 12.
You know, Keelan Vaughn, one of those guys that you always got to watch on the field.
Timeout.
2nd team All-District last
Denison,
season.
their first charge.
So we had a timeout on the field by Denison now.
We're going to take a quick break. Denison is driving down 16-13, 2.5 left in the first half.
Mortgage rates are low, but what opportunities are you missing if you're only thinking about refinancing to lower your rate or term? Are you considering using some of your equity to buy investment properties, remodel your home, pay for college, pay off debt, or just put money in your pocket? This is a great time to consider how to save money.
Hi there, I'm Sabrina Wegley with Guild Mortgage here in Sherman.
And I'm Michelle Castle, and we're here to help you achieve your financial goals. Give our office a call today to schedule your appointment.
It'll feel like a day at the beach during the Ford Summer Savings Event at the Utter family of dealerships. During the Ford Summer Sales Event, get 0% for 60 months, plus $1,000 retail trade assist on 2020 model year Escape, Edge, and Explorer.
Imagine those savings before you get a great Utter Family Ford deal.
Remember, you can always go to our website for our best price. Visit us at blakeutterford.com
or bobutterford.com.
Munson Stadium, Denison Yellow Jackets, Sherman Bearcats renewing the 122nd Battle of the Axe. Bearcats with a 3-point lead, 2:36 left to play in the half. Denison driving, Heavner dials it in. Osborne almost made a fantastic catch, but can't hang on, and it's going to be third down.
And Osborne, one of those guys who last year was seen as the running back who maybe might have been the better pass catcher. And I tell you what, if he almost came down with that one hand, it would have been quite the play for the senior running back there.
3rd and 13 for the Jackets. Jadarian Price in the slot now. Heavner looking for a place to go. He's in trouble. Ball's loose. The Bearcats have it, and here we go. Big play by the Sherman defense. Matthias Coleman picks the ball out of midair on the fumble and takes it back for about 20 yards on the return.
You know, Heavner was just trying to stay on his feet, trying to make something happen, and Matthias Coleman for the Sherman Bearcats defense just in the right place at the right time there to come up with the interception. Oh, it looks like Brandon Bonilla might have knocked the ball out. Matthias Coleman saying, hey, appreciate that. Screw gang, man. I appreciate that.
Well, J.D. Martinez couldn't have asked for a better effort from his defense than what he's getting here tonight so far.
Yeah, if you can hold guys like Jadarian Price and Asa Osborne to a combined less than 30 rushing yards in the first half, that's saying a lot about the attitude and the effort of the Sherman defense for sure.
So with 2:22 left in the half, Bethel has some time to operate here for the Bearcats. Pass goes out to Husband. Husband picks up a first down and steps out of bounds.
Look, Husband was pretty tough to bring down there. It took 3 Yellow Jackets to finally get him down after he finally picked up the first down. And Sean Husband, one of those guys that the Bearcats are real big on. Second team All-District last year. Now when he's in his senior season, so they're expecting him to step up into some bigger roles.
Sherman not wasting any time. Bethel hands the ball off. That's their boss, and he picks up maybe a yard before he's brought down by the Jackets.
Keebler Wagner coming up all the way from the safety position to make that play, holding their boss to just about 2 yards on the play.
So the Bearcats will have 2nd and 8, and their boss trying to get something on that play, but not much there.
You know, Coach Martinez talks about how great the vision is on their boss. Able to, I just love the fact that he says their boss looks like he's on skates back there. You know,
we've
he can
seen
make
that
so
too.
many moves.
That style of running,
Yep.
He has skated to holes.
It's one of those things. It's almost hard to imagine somebody skating back there until you see it. Their boss 30 yards so far tonight, plus the touchdown. He's got a long of an 11-yard run so far tonight. Caleb Thompson also with a pretty big night. 2 runs, 15 yards. Tate Bethel, of course, also making his presence known on the ground. 9 rushes for 13 yards. So a pretty good night on the ground so far for the Sherman Bearcats.
In case you're just joining us, the Sherman Bearcats started the scoring tonight with a 1-yard touchdown run by Nerboss, and then Bethel completed an 11-yard pass to Sean Husband. And here's that first touchdown by Nerboss as he took it in to make it 6-0. They missed the extra point. Then the second touchdown, Husband just would not be denied. And then, of course, the blocked extra point for Sherman, maybe the most exciting scoring play of the night, and the difference in the score right now with Bonilla picking it up and just outrunning everybody the distance of the field, the linebacker with some speed to outrun the crowd.
You know, it seems like it doesn't matter what side of the ball, offense, defense, special teams, it seems like Sherman is putting themselves in great position to make the plays when they need it. You saw those 2 touchdowns. They may not have been long touchdowns, but they had big plays to set them up for those shorter touchdown runs. You know, Nerbaz had a great run there for the touchdown, but it was made by the lineman. The lineman gave him a huge hole to run through, and there was great blocking outside on the Sean Husband touchdown. And like you said, for that blocked extra point for Brandon Bonilla, you couldn't ask for a much better effort from the Sherman special teams. And that's actually the deciding factor in the game right now, with Sherman being up because of that blocked kick.
So there's 1:55 and counting on the clock for the first half. Sherman with the 16-13 lead. It's 2nd down and 9 for Bethel. And Caleb Thompson's in the backfield with him now. Pass goes out to Husband. Husband going to try to turn it up, but Denison is all over it, and it's going to be a minimal gain for the Bearcats.
Tell you what, Keebler Wagner, you know, this kid on defense, he's making all kinds of great plays. He's got incredible vision. He knows when a screen pass is coming. He sniffed that one out and got to the ball and was able to bring Husband down before he get too far.
1:20 left in the half. It's 3rd and 8 for Bethel and the Bearcats. Bethel back to throw, trying to set up the screen. And there is nothing there because Keebler Wagner snipped it out quickly.
Tell you what, Keebler Wagner and screen passes go together better than peanut butter and jelly at this point. It doesn't seem like the Sherman offense can get any kind of screen pass without Wagner being there. We mentioned he's playing safety back there, but he's had 65 tackles last season. He was a first-team all-district safety last year, and he just has an eye for those screen passes. It's almost like he knows they're coming before they're even going his direction.
It's 4th down and 11. There's 32 seconds left on the clock. The clock is running, so we are running out of time here, but this is 4th down for Sherman. Bethel, pressure, down he goes. The Jackets will take over. There's 18 seconds left in the half.
And he just had no idea that Jacalyn Fields was coming off the left side of the line. Bethel was looking downfield, but before he could get his arm up to throw, Fields was there to bring him down. We've talked about Fields a lot tonight. Last year he had 47 tackles, and right there he just never gives up on the play and brings Bethel down from behind, and it's a turnover on downs.
So Denison has 18 seconds here to work with. They have all 3 of their timeouts left.
You know, Denison, we've talked about it a lot tonight. So many weapons on the outside, at the running back position, at the quarterback position, up front, and the linemen. You know, if there's any chance that Denison can score, I mean, they could make it happen.
Well, when you've got guys like Jadarian Price and Asa Osborne at your disposal, you can score points in a hurry if you can just create the space.
You know, down by 3 with 18 seconds left, we're really about to find out how much Caleb Heavner has developed as a quarterback with his vision, with his decision-making, and he's really going to put that all on display right here on this drive.
So Heavner has 18 seconds left, and he's going to hand it to Jadarian Price, and he takes it up the right side, picks up to the 40, and the Jackets are going to burn a timeout here, and there's 10 seconds left.
You know, I'm not sure if Jadarian Price knows how to slow down. It seems like no matter how many people get in his face, he can just put his foot in the ground, make one move, and he never slows down. He goes right back up north and south, and it's almost impossible to bring him down. It looked like he was going to be stopped short of the line of scrimmage, but then he picks up 8 more yards after that. Just an incredible run there by Price. That's probably why so many people are looking at him. Texas, Ohio State, USC. He's got 19 Division I offers, and you saw why right there.
Well, here's one of his better runs on the evening, and just able to stop on a dime, change direction, and then when he's coming at you full speed, nobody's really looking forward to the contact.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm up here making the call instead of trying to bring him down. I don't think I would fare too well.
As you mentioned, Jadarian being looked at by all the big boys, as they say.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
One of those names you need to remember. Keep an eye on him.
We'll be watching him on Saturdays
But we
here
still
in a
get
couple of years.
One more year on Friday nights.
10 seconds left in the half. It's Asa Osborne. He's got some room. 6 seconds on the clock, 5, and Denison will burn another timeout with 4 seconds. Osborne takes it across midfield and past the 40, down to about the 38.
This would be a one play left. Do you throw the field goal kicker out there? I mean, Reese Stange, he's got a pretty good leg, but do you throw him out there here?
It would be an awfully long field goal. That would be a 50-yarder.
Set up very well by that run right there by Ace Osborne. You know, he was one of those guys that last year just seemed like it didn't matter how many people were around him. He was going to put the shoulder down and try to make something happen. That's one of those things that, you know, when you're a running back that comes in at 5'10", 195 pounds, you know, you can kind of bully some people back there. And he was second-team All-District last season, 9 rushing touchdowns, over 1,000 yards in his first season here at Denison. He really made that play happen right there for the Yellow Jackets.
So there is 4 seconds left in the first half. Denison has the ball on the 38-yard line, so this is likely going to be the last play of the first half.
Keelan Vaughn all by himself on the far end of the sidelines. You got trips on the near side, so watch out for Vaughn if they come out back after that timeout in that same formation.
Well, J.D. Martinez picked up on exactly what you just said because he saw that one-on-one matchup out there and he didn't like it, so he's going to burn a timeout and kind of reassess the situation.
You're walking on the dangerous side if you leave Keelan Vaughn by himself.
Well, the Denison Yellow Jackets started out kind of slow down by 2 touchdowns, but Keelan Vaughn, the guy we just were talking about, turned things around with this big interception return to cut the lead down to 14-7. Then the Jackets would strike again when Keegan Pruitt hauled in the pass by Caleb Heavner. You won't see a better thrown football than what Heavner delivered on that one.
Very talented quarterback. We're about to see what he can do with 4 seconds left.
Chad Rogers calling in the play. Last play of the half. Heavner's going to let it fly. He's got a man, and it's knocked out of bounds, and that's going to end the half. An exciting first half it was. Denison able to put that ball on the receiver, but just knocked away there. And we are going to go to the half at 16-13, but they sure had a shot at it.
Jadarian Price was in the right spot, just a little bit out of bounds there, but he came down with the grab. Just a little out of bounds, so no touchdown. So we go into the halftime. Sherman leads this one 16-13. I'm sure it's going to be a very happy J.D. Martinez. I mean, like we've talked about, he's really got to be happy with what he's seen from his offense, what he's seen from his defense so far. You know, Tate Bethel has stepped up in that quarterback position. We've seen a lot from a lot of different weapons for Sherman offensively and defensively, especially Brandon Bonilla on the defensive side of things. You got to love what you've seen from Sherman so far.
Well, as you said, it's been an entertaining first half for sure. The Sherman Bearcats with a 16-13 lead here at Munson Stadium. And this is, it's been a very entertaining first half, and we're going to send it down to Christy Waite, who's got J.D. Martinez on the first half. Christy.
Hey, so first of all, Coach, you've had some really big plays on both sides of the ball. How proud are you of your team so far?
Well, right now we're playing pretty well. We got to clean up some, you know, it's first game, so we have some issues. And we'll go back into halftime and we'll work on it and we'll get some things cleaned up and we'll come out and play a better second half.
What do you tell your team in the locker room after this half?
Well, we talked about winning the first quarter, winning the second quarter. We're just going to come out, try to win the third quarter, and then after that, when that wraps up, we're going to go for the fourth. So just continue to keep playing hard, win each play, win each quarter.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks. Go Cats.
Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Christy. J.D. Martinez win the first quarter, win the second quarter so far. He's on schedule, but there's a lot of football to be played. Sherman with a 16-13 lead at half.
At B&B Automotive, we know it's stressful when your kids start driving. Here are some tips for parents with teen drivers. Always buckle up. Install apps to help reduce texting and teen driving. Check out our site for a list of apps. Always set the example. Go over and set rules of the car. Remember, where your eyes go, your car goes. Go to our website and grab a checklist of scheduled maintenance for your car. Please come by and schedule your maintenance at our new location.
The Hoyt dealerships in Sherman, Durand, and Whitesboro are now Freedom by Ed Moore's, a respected family-owned business for over 70 years. And while we have a new name, we also have the same friendly professional staff you know and trust. Each and every one dedicated to providing outstanding customer service to the residents of North Texas and Southern Oklahoma. New name, new attitude, same great staff. The new Freedom by Ed Moore's dealerships in Sherman, Durand, and Whitesboro. And remember, nobody beats a Freedom deal. Nobody.
Mortgage rates are low, but what opportunities are you missing if you're only thinking about refinancing to lower your rate or term? Are you considering using some of your equity to buy investment properties, remodel your home, pay for college, pay off debt, or just put money in your pocket? This is a great time to consider how to save money.
Hi there, I'm Sabrina Wegley with Guild Mortgage here in Sherman.
And I'm Michelle Castle, and we're here to help you achieve your financial goals. Give our office a call today to schedule your appointment.
Hey Dave, featuring Double Dave's Pizza, is open for food and entertainment for the whole family.
Downtown Denison is open, and here at the Rail Yard, we're kicking back with food and fun. Come join us. We've missed you.
Denison is open for business. Come see us, but be safe.
It'll feel like a day at the beach during the Ford Summer Savings Event at the Utter family of dealerships. During Ford Summer Sales Event, get a new 2020 model year Ford Expedition with up to $3,250 cash back from Ford and 0% financing for up to 60 months or $9,000 alternative choice retail cash.
Imagine those savings before you get a great Utter Family Ford deal.
Visit us at BlakeUtterFord.com
or BobUtterFord.com.
Well, the Sherman Bearcats lead this one 16-13. You're looking at the Denison Yellow Jacket Marching Band as they perform here for the home crowd. And Travis, it's been a wild first half. Maybe not as much scoring as we thought we would see in the first half, but there's been some really good defensive plays too.
Yeah, you mentioned it there. Wild, I think, is a perfect way to describe this game so far. I mean, Sherman jumped out to the early 14-0 lead. The way this game started, I mean, Sherman had two plays behind the line of scrimmage. It seemed like the Denison defense was kind of going to run away with this one. Then Sherman just really kind of found something that really worked offensively. I think it was Benji Amaibu had a 40-yard reception to really set up some good plays there for Sherman. But then Denison, after being down 14-0, really had an answer for him. Had a chance to tie the game up if it wasn't for that block kick. But we've got a great game. I mean, this is exactly how you want to start out the season. You know, going to halftime with a 3-point ball game. Both teams playing great. We have seen some penalties here and there, false starts, offsides. But I mean, it's the first game. I mean, they're excited to get out here. It's kind of hard to keep that in. And you know, it's just hard not to have all of these false starts and offsides whenever you've been away from the game for so long.
And you got to think back to March when these athletes were supposed to have a full spring. They were supposed to have football workouts, but all of that got taken away. And, you know, they're back, and they're glad to be back. And while this has been a different kind of Battle of the Axe with the 50% capacity and with all the different regulations, but it just feels normal tonight once the game started and we had football again.
You know, whenever all this happened in March, a lot of these football players are multi-sport athletes. I mean, Tate Bethel, we've talked about him time after time tonight, but he was a baseball player. You know, his season was taken away. There are a lot of Denison basketball players and softball players and all kinds of different spring athletes. didn't get to finish out their seasons like they were hoping to. So, every coach this season has kind of had the same message. They're taking every play like it could be the last one because they've seen firsthand, you really never know when something could happen, and it could have been your last play. I think we've seen some great effort out of every side so far tonight. Sherman, Denison, offense and defense, and even special teams. These kids have really shown that, they want to be back, and they're grateful to be back, and they're going to make everything they can happen while they can.
And not just the athletes, but that marching band out there as well. They are glad to be back as well. Let's take a look at the first half highlights, shall we? Sherman started things off with a short touchdown run. It was Andrew and her boss. Took it 2 yards in for the score. Sherman with a 6-0 lead after the missed extra point. Then Sean Husband getting to the end zone on the pass from Tate Bethel. They went for 2, and Bethel walked into the end zone to make it 14-0 Sherman. Then the big play for Denison. Bethel's pass picked off by Keelion Vaughn, 22 yards for the score, and Denison was back in the game at 14-7. Then Heavner looking for Keegan Pruitt, 22 yards. Beautiful pass into the end zone for the touchdown to make it a one-possession game. And then Bonilla picks it up on the missed extra point, blocked, and he takes it all the way for the score, giving Sherman the 16-13 lead. And the scoring plays were pretty fascinating.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of great plays offensively, defensively, special teams. What a great game so far, and hopefully we've got a lot more of it coming up. You're watching the 122nd edition of the Battle of the Axe.
Hey Dave, featuring Double Dave's Pizza, is open for food and entertainment for the whole family.
Downtown Denison is open, and here at the Rail Yard, we're kicking back with food and fun. Come join us. We've missed you.
Denison is open for business. Come see us, but be safe.
At B&B Automotive, we know it's stressful when your kids start driving. Here are some tips for parents with teen drivers. Always buckle up. Install apps to help reduce texting and teen driving. Check out our site for a list of apps. Always set the example. Go over and set rules of the car. Remember, where your eyes go, your car goes. Go to our website and grab a checklist of scheduled maintenance for your car. Please come by and schedule your maintenance at our new location.
Halftime at Munson Stadium, Sherman with a 16-13 lead over Denison in the 122nd Battle of the Axe. It's been a wildly entertaining first half, and Travis Buckner, like we mentioned before, we haven't had quite as much scoring as we thought. There's some inexperience on the defense, especially on Sherman's side, but you wouldn't know it from what we just saw.
It's kind of an old coach's saying, defenses win championships. And I know both of these coaches would love to put up 50 points every single night, but, when a defense plays great, I think coaches take more pride in holding opponents to fewer points. But like you said, when you've got so many weapons on both sides of the ball, you do expect to see a lot of points being put up by both teams. But these defenses, these special teams have been making great plays, and it's great to see, especially, we've got 5A football back in the state of Texas, and it's just one of those things that it's great to see again.
Yeah, we talk about how much they've had to wait for this. They lost out on their spring, and, the classes 4A through 1A got to play the first 4 weeks of the season. But for the 5A and 6A classes, tonight is opening night, and for most teams across the state, it's tomorrow night. But we got Thursday night football, and Sherman and Denison just couldn't wait till Friday.
And I couldn't wait either. I know none of these fans, none of these band members, nobody could wait to finally have this game happen. When you start the season off with the Battle of the Axe, that should do it. But when you start the season off with Thursday night football, that just amplifies things even more. Even though this crowd is at 50% tonight, they've gotten loud.
Yes.
We have heard this crowd up here in the booth for sure. We love how we've seen these people turn out for this game. It's just a very exciting feeling. You can really feel the atmosphere tonight for sure.
Yeah, and it's been a great night for high school football. The band out there doing their thing. The cheerleaders have been doing their thing. We've had a normal high school football game, as normal as you can have during this time. It's been fun. We'll be right back. Second half action on the way.
Mortgage rates are low, but what opportunities are you missing if you're only thinking about refinancing to lower your rate or term? Are you considering using some of your equity to buy investment properties, remodel your home, pay for college, pay off debt, or just put money in your pocket? This is a great time to consider how to save money.
Hi there, I'm Sabrina Wegley with Guild Mortgage here in Sherman.
And I'm Michelle Castle, and we're here to help you achieve your financial goals. Give our office a call today to schedule your appointment.
Spending life wisely means taking small steps towards a life of love and impact. And we're here to inspire and empower you along the way. Spend life wisely. First United Bank.
Welcome back to Munson Stadium. David Reed, Travis Buckner with you here. Sherman up 16-13 at the half. We send it down to the sidelines now with Christy Waite.
Hey, David and Travis. Yeah, I'm here with Sherman Athletic Director Bob Jones, and we're going to actually talk about your app and really just the future of the app and how it's looking for really the Sherman ISD and athletics in general.
Well, our administration, you know, they're about kids, they're about our community, and we were able to get the app, and it's through Mascot Media, and we're going to be able to do all of our games over the season, home and away, live stream it. We're going to, our home football games will also have a simulcast with our partnered radio station. And the great thing is we're going to do everything. We're going to do junior high games. We're going to do second grade plays. We're going to do it all. And we're excited about it. It's a great opportunity for our community. It's a little bit of an investment on our part, but I think anytime you can invest in kids, it's the right thing to do. And Dr. Hicks and our school board have really stepped up to help us.
And just real quick, how beneficial do you think that is, especially during a time of a global pandemic, for people just maybe not feel comfortable and going to, you know, a live sporting event?
Sure, and I mean, you know, we're not selling season tickets this year, and you know, we have over 400 individual season tickets, and you think that's probably 2 or 3 per ticket. So this gives our people the opportunity to be at Bearcats Stadium or be at Munson Stadium and have our home broadcast or wherever we're at. You know, that type of thing. You guys have stepped up so great in broadcasting this game. We couldn't be more excited. And you know, if they go to Sherman Athletics on the App Store, they can see all of our events and how we're doing it. And we have a new website with shsbearcats.net.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All I can say, the last thing is everybody stay positive, test negative, and let's play some football.
Let's play some football.
Go Bearcats. Thanks, guys.
Back to you guys.
All right. Thank you, Christy. Bob Jones, the athletic director, the new athletic director over at Sherman High School. And not just the app, but they've made some nice improvements to their stadium as well.
Yeah, for sure. Bob Jones has come in and done some great things for the Sherman community, for sure.
Let's take a listen in on the Denison High School marching band here.
Dave, featuring Double Dave's Pizza, is open for food and entertainment for the whole family.
Downtown Denison is open, and here at the Rail Yard, we're kicking back with food and fun. Come join us. We've missed you.
Denison is open for business. Come see us, but be safe.
With Knight celebrating 108 years right now, we know it's important to focus on home. And we're going to help do that. $1.08 down on financing for as long as 60 months, $1.08 delivery, and $108 off anything over $4.99. We know home is important, and we have items in stock that can help you now. Celebrate 108 years of making homes more comfortable. Open 10 to 6, Monday through Saturday, or anytime by appointment. Better prices, better quality, Knight Furniture.
Well, you're joining us now back at Munson Stadium for the 122nd Battle of the Axe, and we've got quite the matchup for you so far. I mean, we knew how good both of these teams were, and they're looking pretty evenly matched so far. Sherman right now with a 3-point lead. Sherman with more passing yards, 102-82. Denison actually still winning that rushing battle, 73 yards to 60 yards. But it looks like Sherman's offense has got a little bit more going tonight. They've got 162 total yards. That's the big number right there, though. 13 first downs and 16 minutes and 54 seconds of the time of possession. That's the big stat there, but of course you got to think about the turnovers, the special teams. Everything is so evenly balanced right now. You never know who could come out on top of this game.
Yeah, it has been a pretty evenly played football game. Certainly there have been some big plays. That time of possession there is the one that jumps out to me. Sherman has controlled the tempo and has controlled possession of the ball. Sherman has had some long drives, and Denison has had some quick drives.
And you know, it's a pretty hard stat to keep up with, but momentum has gone back and forth in this game big time. Sherman really had the momentum to start the game off. I mean, it seemed like anytime they needed a big play, there was somebody there to step up. They scored the first 14 points, but then Denison kind of found their way, momentum kind of leaning their way heading into halftime. We'll see what happens in the second half.
Sherman up 16-13. We'll take this time out. Second half action on the way.
Mortgage rates are low, but what opportunities are you missing if you're only thinking about refinancing to lower your rate or term? Are you considering using some of your equity to buy investment properties, remodel your home, pay for college, pay off debt, or just put money in your pocket? This is a great time to consider how to save money.
Hi there, I'm Sabrina Wegley with Yield Mortgage here in Sherman.
And I'm Michelle Castle, and we're here to help you achieve your financial goals.
Give our office a call today to schedule your appointment.
Hi, I'm Dr. Alex Roby, Sherman resident and medical director at the Red River ER. As a locally owned emergency center, it's our mission to deliver medical care when it matters most to those in our community. We are staffed with experienced physicians 24 hours a day in a state-of-the-art facility, complete with advanced imaging, on-site labs, and little to no wait. From all of us at Red River ER, we look forward to serving you and the needs of our community.
Welcome back to Munson Stadium. Halftime here for the Sherman Bearcats and the Denison Yellow Jackets. 16-13 the score right now. Both teams have scored twice. Denison had the blocked extra point that resulted in 2 points the other way for Sherman. Here's what happened in last year's Battle of the Axe, and this was another good one. Mike Brown, remember him?
Mike Brown was hard to bring down all season long, especially in that game.
And then it was Zaylen Wimbish pitching it to Asa Osborne. We've seen him tonight. And then, you know who. Look at Jadarian.
Kind of sensing a pattern here for what's happening this season too. Jadarian Price, Asa Osborne kind of teaming up in that backfield, making plays all night long for those Denison Yellow Jackets.
Bethel was throwing it around back then too.
Yeah, Jacoby Hunt wearing a different number in that highlight there, but we've called his name a few times tonight, offensively and defensively. Jacoby Hunt really stepping up this season.
And then it was Wimbish.
This was a really close game at halftime last season. It wasn't until late in the game that Denison really pulled ahead. They would actually go on to win 29-13. Anytime we talk about this game with Coach Rogers, he talks about, you can't look at the final score to decide what this game was like last year. It was a very back-and-forth battle, but Denison took the late lead, even though Sherman had a close comeback at the end. But Denison won their 7th in a row last season, and if they want an 8-peat to happen, they've got some room to make up so far tonight.
(16-13), Sherman with the lead. We'll be back.
Spending life wisely means taking small steps towards a life of love and impact. And we're here to inspire and empower you along the way. Spend life wisely. First United Bank.
With Knight celebrating 108 years right now, we know it's important to focus on home. And we're going to help do that. $1.08 down on financing for as long as 60 months, $1.08 delivery, and $108 off anything over $4.99. We know home is important, and we have items in stock that can help you now. Celebrate 108 years of making homes more comfortable. Open 10 to 6, Monday through Saturday, or anytime by appointment. Better prices, better quality, Knight Furniture.
It'll feel like a day at the beach during the Ford Summer Savings event at the Utter family of dealerships. During the Ford Summer Sales event, get 0% for 60 months, plus $1,000 retail trade assist on 2020 model year Escape, Edge, and Explorer.
Imagine those savings before you get a great Utter Family Ford deal.
Remember, you can always go to our website for our best price. Visit us at BlakeUtterFord.com
or BobUtterFord.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Alex Roby, Sherman resident and medical director at the Red River ER. As a locally owned emergency center, it's our mission to deliver medical care when it matters most to those in our community. We are staffed with experienced physicians 24 hours a day in a state-of-the-art facility, complete with advanced imaging, on-site labs, and little to no wait. From all of us at Red River ER, we look forward to serving you and the needs of our community.
At B&B Automotive, we know it's stressful when your kids start driving. Here are some tips for parents with teen drivers. Always buckle up. Install apps to help reduce texting and teen driving. Check out our site for a list of apps. Always set the example. Go over and set rules of the car. Remember, where your eyes go, your car goes. Go to our website and grab a checklist of scheduled maintenance for your car. Please come by and schedule your maintenance at our new location.
Welcome back to the Battle of the Axe, the 122nd edition of this great rivalry between Sherman and Denison. Halftime here at Munson Stadium. A little under 4 minutes to go before we start back with the third half. You see the teams back out, starting to warm up, getting ready for what promises to be a great second half.
Coach Rogers over at Denison talks about how key the third quarter is. Whether you go into the locker room trailing or you go into the locker room with the lead, it's all about how you come out in the second half. You're going to come out, hoping to turn things back around, hoping to make some big plays. Can the coaches make the changes they need to make in the locker room? So, this third quarter is really key. Not just for Denison, but for Sherman as well. Sherman's got the lead right now. They're hoping to keep the quarter going, and keep that lead on their side of the scoreboard as well.
Denison, known as a second-half team, it's kind of been their thing over the past years, is they typically do come out and play better in the second half than they do in the first half.
They started playing really well there in the second quarter, so they're going to kind of hope to continue that on into the next quarter as well.
Well, it looks like Stan Smith has caught up with head coach Chad Rogers. Let's send it down to Stan.
Yeah, guys, I'm right here with Denison head coach Chad Rogers. Coach, what was said to your team at halftime?
We'll do what we're supposed to do. Quit worrying about what they're doing and just do our job and play football. Take care of each other. Quit doing all the other extracurricular stuff that I haven't seen us do. It's like we're just like stuck in sand. We can't get out of it. So
the thing is do what you're supposed to do how you're coached to do it, and let's go out and play Yellow Jacket football.
Yeah, and you guys have held on to the Axe for 7 straight years. What's it going to take in the second half to make it 8 straight years for Denison?
We're going to score a lot more points.
Thank you, Coach. All right, back to you guys.
All right. Thank you, Stan. Chad Rogers, very direct in his message from the team, and I'm sure they received it.
Yeah, you know, when he puts it in that kind of way, I mean, football is a pretty easy game. You know, you throw the ball, you catch it, and you just got to score more points than they do. You know, that's kind of what, you know, the Denison motto has always been, is take care of themselves. You know, they're not going to worry about, you know, what's going on the other sideline. They just got to focus in on, you know, if I had $1 for every time I went over to Denison and heard the phrase, my 111th, you know, I would be a rich man right now. I think, you know, these Denison Yellow Jackets, I mean, they've bought into the motto of do your job, and Coach Rogers, you know, like he said there, they kind of have gotten away from that. So in the second half, you know, he's really expecting them to get back to the Denison Yellow Jacket football that we've all known, and that is that unselfish football and getting the job done. And I would expect nothing less in the second half for these Yellow Jackets.
As for J.D. Martinez and the Sherman Bearcats, I'm sure the message was keep winning the quarters, as he mentioned, coming off of halftime. So far, they've done a good job of that.
Yeah, that's the thing about football. You got to win all 4 quarters. You know, you could. They definitely won the first quarter. You know, the second quarter, you know, you could go either way on that one, but you know, they went into halftime with the lead. So, you know, hypothetically, they won the second quarter as well. But you know, there's still 2 quarters of football, like you mentioned. Denison is a great second half team, you know, but I don't think Sherman, you know, they've got the momentum kind of right now with that lead at halftime, so I wouldn't be surprised if Sherman came out of the gates firing. But, you know, this is going to be a great matchup, David. We've talked about this game for weeks now, but, you know, this isn't one of those games where nobody's won it until that final whistle has blown. So we've got 2 more quarters left to determine who will be the 122nd Battle of the Axe champion.
Well, the Yellow Jackets come back out for the second half as well. Both teams back on the field here as we get ready to play quarter number 3 of the season opener between Sherman and Denison. Denison will receive to start the third period.
You know, something Sherman did in the first half was they kind of either would do a little pooch kick or an onside kick. They're just, you know, wanting to keep the ball away from their playmakers back there, like Keelan Vaughn, who's got a lot of speed. You know, you just got to be really careful if you're Sherman here, because, you know, we talked about how big the third quarter is. You know, you probably want to keep it away from Keelan Vaughn, and you probably want to keep it away from Asa Osborne, because, you know, one big play to start off the third quarter could be pretty detrimental. It looks like Jadarian Price back there, Asa Osborne, Keelan Vaughn. Pretty dangerous weapons back there. Let's see what Castleberry is going to do here as the kicker.
There's a good chance it doesn't reach any of them, right?
He hasn't done it so far, so I wouldn't imagine he's going to change things up here.
So Denison gets the ball after only having 6 first downs in the first half.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you really gotta take your spots and make the most of it. You know, Denison has kind of struggled in the later downs. You know, they're only 43%, 3 of 7 on third down, 0 for 1 on fourth. So they're going to have to try to make some big plays here. And you know, they haven't gotten the ball often. We saw what the time of possession was like, looking all Sherman's way. But Denison going to start off with the ball here, going to make something big happen to start the second half off. There's that Battle of the Axe crowd you hear.
Can you feel the electricity? Short kick, falls in, Wagner falls on it, and Denison will take the ball at about the 38.
You know, I understand keeping it away from Denison's playmakers back there, but, you know, now the Denison offense, has shown its potential this game already, you know, you're giving them a short field to work with now. So we'll see how they come out in the third quarter. Looking like we've got a 2-back set again.
So Heavner comes out with Price flanked to his left, Osborne to his right. in a 3-point game here at Munson Stadium in Denison. Heavner hands it off to Osborne. He powers across the 45 and a pickup of 6, maybe 7.
Man, Cameron Reed met him at the line of scrimmage, but it didn't even slow Osborne down. After he was hit by the contact there from Reed, he still picked up another 6 yards. Such a strong kid.
Denison quickly now, playing some tempo. Osborne again, first down, a little bit more across the 50 to the 48.
We've seen Osborne, he looks like he's kind of got the hot hand right now. We've seen Osborne featured a lot tonight. You know, this fast-paced offense is something I didn't really feel like we saw too much in the first half, so maybe they're kind of trying to turn things around and throw that fast pace out there in the second half.
Heavner rolling to his right, picks up a couple, but Sherman was on it.
It looks like the Sherman defense really strung that play out. Heavner had to work for every inch of that run there, but he was finally brought down by the Sherman defense there. I believe Brandon Bonilla was the one that came up with the tackle after Heavner had to force things outside.
Would like to welcome in a new audience. Folks over on Fox now joining us live for the 122nd Battle of the Axe. Sherman leading 16-13. Just starting the second half, about a minute in. Price picks up about 5.
So hard to defend. I mean, we've seen how much Osborne has touched the ball so far tonight, but you still got to worry about Jadarian Price. So whenever you start focusing on Osborne, they just switch it over and give it to Price. It's so hard to stop a team that's got 2 backs like that.
3rd down and 6. Osborne buried in the backfield, but fights for a pickup of about 4. It's going to be 4th down and short. For our folks joining us on Fox, Sherman scored first on a Nerbos touchdown run, then scored second with Bethel hooked up with Sean Husband and went up 14-0. Denison scored on a pick 6 by Keelion Vaughn, and then Heavner threw to Keegan Pruitt on a touchdown pass. It's 16-13 now. Heavner hands off to Osborne, and Osborne picks up the first down. Huge play on 4th and short.
You know, that's something we don't see too much more in high school football. Heavner went under center with 2 backs behind him. It's kind of their spin on the wishbone. Whenever you've got 2 running backs like that, you've really got to decide how to get them both involved, and running the wishbone like that could really pay off for Denison.
1st and 10 for Heavner, who hands to Jadarian Price, and Price scoots up the middle for a pickup of about 9, close to the first down. And he did get the first down. They're moving the sticks.
We talked about how just fast he is. Like we talked about earlier, he never slows down. He puts his foot in the ground, and he's going the same speed whenever he changes direction. It's so hard as a defender to move with a running back who can do that.
Denison on the move, 1st and 10. Heavner gonna hand to Price again. Price muscling his way to about the 16.
You know, in 2019, whenever they had both of these running backs, Asa Osborne was seen as the running back who would really put his head down and try to force some contact, while Price would, you know, try to make some moves, avoid the contact. But, you know, Price has really worked on that this year.
Heavner gives to Osborne this time, and Osborne dragging tacklers down close to the 11.
We've talked about it time in and time out. I don't know how you stop this. I mean, how do you prepare for a team that's got 2 running backs like that? You think Jadarian's going to get it, and then all of a sudden Asa's got it.
Chad Rogers said he wanted his Yellow Jackets to play Denison football. We're seeing a little bit of that now. Osborne up the middle, lowers his pads and gets to the 3.
Now that's the Asa Osborne we've been waiting to see tonight. 5'10", 195, putting the shoulder down and just being a bruiser running back. You know, he had a huge hole to work with, and then it was all over after that. He's got some room to run. Look at that. The power that he's got, unreal.
Denison quickly to the line of scrimmage. Heavner's going to keep it, and he's in trouble. Bonilla and company there for the sack. A loss of about 5.
Like Bonilla and Matthias Coleman, teaming up for that. That's kind of what the Sherman defense needed. They had to come up with a big play here. Coming off that right edge, Matthias Coleman really slowing things down, and Bonilla teeing up and knocking him down after that.
It's going to be 3rd and 7 here from the 9. Denison can get a first down without scoring, but they need to get to the 2-yard line to move the chains. This is going to be 3rd down. Heavner back to throw, kicks it out. Osborne, touchdown, Denison, flag on the play.
You almost knew that if Osborne got his hands on it, it could be 6 for Denison. We talked about how good he is as a receiver back there, such a weapon, but like you said, we do have a flag on the field, so we'll see if this touchdown is going to stand or not.
Illegal block in the back, number 33 of the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, 2nd down.
Yeah, on those short plays like that where you've got receivers downfield blocking, it's kind of hard to keep those receivers from blocking too soon. Per the rule, Osborne has to have the ball in his hands before he can have any blockers downfield.
Top of your screen, maybe?
Maybe so.
Right there.
Still an athletic play nonetheless, though, for Osborne.
So an unfortunate penalty for Denison. Now it's going to be 3rd and 9. Taking points off the board.
We'll see if Denison can bounce back and put him right back up there on the board. Just a couple plays. Still in the red zone. Still looking good.
Havener with Price and Osborne in the backfield. He's going to throw. He's going to kick it out to Jadarian Price. Makes a great cut. Lowers his shoulder, and he may have the first down.
That is one of the better 8-yard passes and catches you're going to see this season between Caleb Heavner and Jadarian Price. He made a move and then put the shoulder down. He showed off the speed somewhere in between there too. This guy's just got so many weapons coming out of the backfield. Now that he's really gotten down to his catching ability, making those moves, putting the shoulder down, he almost jumped into the end zone right there.
Going to be 4th down. They're talking about it, but it appears to be 4th and a yard. And they're going for it.
So far tonight, they are 1 for 2 on 4th down conversions. But when you've got 2 running backs that have shown the ability to run the ball and run the ball hard, I don't see why you would do anything else but give it to one of these backs and let them get the first down.
Here's Jadarian Price. The heavily recruited running back, you would think that would be a player that Bonilla and the Sherman Bearcats would key on. But they also have Asa Osborne, and when you have 2 running backs.
Whenever there's a dual threat quarterback, a lot of the times the defense will have a quarterback spy kind of player that just follows the quarterback wherever he goes. You almost got to think that's what the Sherman defense does with Jadarian Price, kind of forces the hand of somebody else. But you got Asa Osborne right behind him too, so it's a tough call whenever you're calling the plays for the defense. Jadarian Price is ranked by Rivals as the number 4 running back in the nation. So how do you stop a kid like that? It's been tough. Sherman held him pretty well in the first half, but it looks like the running game for Denison has really turned on here in the 3rd quarter. So we've got a little timeout here on the field. This does give the Denison offense a lot of time to really think about, draw up a play, think about what they want to do here. Do you force the run inside? Do you run a play action pass with Caleb Heavner? Give him the ability to run the ball if he's got a lane and throw the ball if the Sherman defense bites on the run. There's so many different things that Denison can do here and so many things that Denison can do to really hurt the defense. Seven
7 minutes, 11 seconds left to play in the third quarter here, and Denison lining up to go for it. There is really no doubt about that.
Could be the biggest play call of the game to this point so far.
4th and 1 for Denison. Heavner gonna give it to Osborne. He's into the end zone for the Denison touchdown. The Jackets take the lead.
I know Osborne's the one that ran it into the end zone, but you got to give credit where credit is due. And his offensive lineman put in a ton of work on that one. Look at Seth Fulenchek was the pulling guard and really caused the running room there for Osborne. And Denison back in action now.
Extra point try pending. This last one didn't go so well.
Reese Stange, they call him the rock star.
And that one splits the uprights with ease, and Denison takes a 20-16 lead, the Jackets' first lead of the night. Couldn't come at a better time. Asa Osborne into the end zone, and the Jackets are out in front.
Dave, featuring Double Dave's Pizza, is open for food and entertainment for the whole family.
Downtown Denison is open, and here at the Rail Yard, we're kicking back with food and fun. Come join us. We've missed you.
Denison is open for business. Come see us, but be safe.
Spending life wisely means taking small steps towards a life of love and impact. And we're here to inspire and empower you along the way. Spend life wisely. First United Bank.
Welcome back to Munson Stadium. The Denison Yellow Jackets take their first lead of the night with a Asa Osborne touchdown run, and the Jackets lead Sherman 20-16.
Man, Asa Osborne has really come alive here in the second half. He's now up to almost 70 yards on 11 attempts. He's got the touchdown there. His longest run of the night so far, 28 yards. So Asa Osborne really turning it on here. But look at this block here by 59, Seth Fulenchek. Great play there. That really opens up the lane for Asa Osborne. And, you know, when you got linemen that do a lot of work like that for you, you gotta appreciate him afterwards. And I'm sure Osborne gave him a nice tap on the helmet afterwards.
So the kickoff goes short again, and the Bearcats will fall on it. That's E.J. Chapman. Just going to the ground with it, and Sherman will take the good field position. Neither team really wanting to let those kick returners be a factor tonight.
We've talked about it several times tonight, but whenever you got the weapons that both teams do, you know, as the opposing team, you really want to keep it out of their playmakers' hands, and kicking it to the 35-yard line may not be ideal, but it's what you got to do sometimes.
Tate Bethel returns to the field. 7 minutes left in the third quarter as the Sherman Bearcats look to respond after Denison opened this quarter with a touchdown drive, and the Bearcats ripping off about 7 or 8 yards there on the carry by Nerboss.
Yeah, Nerboss really finding that gap pretty easily there. Both teams coming out, running the ball really hard here in the second half. You just see, looks like Matt Parks right there, the center, really causing some ruckus up there. Nerboss with a wide open lane to run through, and he's going to make some noise whenever he gets the opportunity to do it. And I feel like that's one thing that both teams have had a great history of. You know, Sherman, you could go back as far as, you know, Wayman James back in the early 2000s, a great running back, went on to play at TCU. You know, in most recent years, we talked about, you know, Mike Brown. We talked about Nate Amayabu. It's just one of those things where, you know, Sherman's going to have some great playmakers on the outside, but, you know, the run game has kind of been their bread and butter for quite some time.
You know, it seems as we've covered these teams over the years, there's never a shortage of running backs on either side.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's almost like their identity. You know, they got to stick to what they know, and and giving it to a running back is kind of what they've known for years.
So it's 2nd and 1 for Sherman. Bethel in the gun. Back to throw, looking down the field, looking for Husband. He's got him at the 50. And it's a first down for Sherman.
You know, Jalik Lewis is the cornerback there. He's got his work cut out for him. Defending Sean Husband tonight. That's no easy task.
Legal man downfield, number 66 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, replay the down.
So the penalty goes against Sherman,
player.
so this one's coming back. J.D. Martinez, maybe not 100% in agreement.
You know, this was kind of the game last season when Tate Bethel really showed what kind of quarterback he is. In the game last season, 16 for 28, 209 yards, and a touchdown. So, you know, it's just one of those things where Bethel's really got to find his rhythm in this game. He last season altogether, he had 17 touchdowns through the year on almost 2,000 yards. So they're going to get him involved one way or another. First team all-district quarterback last season. You know, he's going to really find his rhythm here in the second half if the Bearcats want to get something going offensively. He started out great, 8 for 8. He's kind of lost his way a little bit here since then, but I have no doubt that Bethel will make something happen here.
There's about just a little over 6 minutes left in the third quarter. 6 minutes, 24 seconds left. Sherman with the ball, but Denison with the lead, 20-16. As the Sherman offense comes back out onto the field after an injury timeout there. Bethel in the gun, 2nd and 6. Bethel will keep, turns it up, gets hit very hard, short of the first down, a pickup of 3, maybe 4, but he took a pretty big hit on that one.
Yeah, Bethel's is as strong as of a kid as it comes whenever you stand in at 6 foot, 175 pounds. And he keeps his head down, and he's going to do whatever it takes for this win tonight. Oh, man, brutal hit there. But Tate Bethel really showing how tough that he is back there at quarterback, hanging in there, and he's going to keep on calling these plays with a 3rd and short for the Bearcats.
3rd and 1, 5:41 to go in the third. Bethel needing to pick up a yard here. And Denison is all over it. Datorian Johnson drops him in the backfield with a sack.
Datorian Johnson just came screaming off the edge of that line. He knew the ball was going to come out his direction almost, and he gave Bethel nowhere to go. Man, just look at him come hard off that ball, wrap Bethel up, and there's nothing he can do about that one. I don't care if Patrick Mahomes is back there. There's not much you can do with a guy like Datorian back there in your face like that.
Fields and Lewis were there to help finish it off, but Johnson making the play in the backfield, and now it's 4th and 11 for Sherman, so what a turn of events that was after a 3rd and short.
Looks like Keelan Vaughn back deep to return this punt. It looks like Dane Castleberry coming in to punt. We saw Tate Bethel looking pretty good as a punter in the first half, but they decided to go with Castleberry for the second half here. Denison might be going for the block here.
Bethel not punting this time. It's field goal kicker Dane Castleberry back to punt for Sherman.
Start timeout of the second half.
So we got a timeout called just before the play clock expired there for Sherman. Tell you what, Keebler Wagner screaming off that edge. I wouldn't be surprised if they send him again on this next punt. He's come very close to blocking a couple punts so far in this game already.
I'd like to thank our title sponsors, Denison Development Alliance and Guild Mortgage of Sherman. Also, our partner sponsors, Freedom, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, Knight Furniture, B&B Automotive and Record, Red River ER, First United Bank, and the Utter family of dealerships, Ford, Lincoln, and Kia.
Well, if you're Coach J.D. Martinez, do you even give Keelan Vaughn a chance to run this kick back, or you just kick it in the corner and try to get the ball out of bounds?
The punt is away, and Vaughn is going to have a chance to play it if he wants it, but he's going to back off of it. Sherman will down it at around the 33, so the Jackets will take over there with 4:13 left in the third. Denison with a 20-16 lead here at the Battle of the Axe.
Mortgage rates are low, but what opportunities are you missing if you're only thinking about refinancing to lower your rate or term? Are you considering using some of your equity to buy investment properties, remodel your home, pay for college, pay off debt, or just put money in your pocket? This is a great time to consider how to save money.
Hi there, I'm Sabrina Wegley with Guild Mortgage here in Sherman.
And I'm Michelle Castle, and we're here to help you achieve your financial goals. Give our office a call today to schedule your appointment.
The Hoyt dealerships in Sherman, Durand, and Whitesboro are now Freedom by Ed Moore's, a respected family-owned business for over 70 years. And while we have a new name, we also have the same friendly, professional staff you know and trust. Each and every one dedicated to providing outstanding customer service to the residents of North Texas and Southern Oklahoma. New name, new attitude, same great staff. The new Freedom by Ed Moore's dealerships in Sherman, Durand, and Whitesboro. And remember, nobody beats a Freedom deal. Nobody.
(20-16), Denison with the lead here with 4:13 left in the third quarter of the Battle of the Axe. And the Jackets take over 1st and 10 on the 33-yard line.
Their last drive came out with a touchdown. So 13 plays, 61 yards. See what they can do here.
Denison looked good on their opening drive, and here we go again. Osborne picks up a few yards before he's finally brought down.
Osborne, such a tough kid. You know, you think you got him down at the line of scrimmage, and he picks up a few more yards. Just a very strong, athletic kid that you can never think that he's down, because he's going to find some running room one way or another.
2nd and 7, Heavner hands off to Jadarian Price. Jadarian's got some room. And there he goes, Jadarian Price inside the 20, out at around the 17.
How do you stop him? I mean, 3 or 4 different tackles. Looked like he was down, but he kept on going, showed off the speed, showed off the strength, showed off the moves, and he picks up a ton of yards here for Denison. He just finds one running lane, and you can almost say goodnight to it. Breaks 2 tackles there.
24, the defense laid hit out of bounds.
Almost gets through another one with a nifty move, but he's finally forced
down.
out of bounds. Jadarian Price, he is worth the price of admission tonight.
A penalty marker down at the end of the play, but it appears to be on Sherman, so the running play will stand. Calling a late hit out of bounds, so the Jackets will take over now at around the half the distance, will be around the 8-yard line, maybe the 9. So Denison in business again, already up 4 and looking for more. Heavner hands it off to Osborne. Osborne bounces it outside, turns it up. Bonilla brings him down just short of the goal line, down inside the 3 to the 2.
He almost willed that play into a touchdown. So many times you think you have him stop behind the line of scrimmage, makes one move, shows off the speed, almost broke it for another touchdown. He's already got 1 so far tonight.
2nd and goal rather for Denison. Heavner gives it to Price. Price brought down around the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down.
A great play there by Domingo Copeland to break through that line for those Sherman Bearcats and cause some kind of havoc. He's the first one that got to Price, and he did the thing that a lot of people can't do, and that's tackle Jadarian Price. So we've got a 3rd down now because of that great play.
Big 3rd down here, 3rd and 3. Heavner under center now. Hands it to the up back, that's Osborne, and he walks in for the touchdown, and the Jackets are on the board again.
He almost went into the end zone without being touched. He had Such a great running lane there set by his offensive lineman, and he takes it to the house for his second touchdown of the day. Asa Osborne now over 80 yards on the day. How do you do that when you've got another running back with Jadarian Price who has over 100 yards on the day? Incredible by this running back group for the Denison Yellow Jackets.
Quite the luxury that Chad Rogers and offensive coordinator Charlie Means have at their disposal. And now the extra point to try to make this an 11-point game, and it is good. Denison goes up 27-16 on the touchdown by Osborne, his second of the day.
A big play. One of the big linemen there that really set the hole there for Osborne was Damian Smallwood, one of those kids that has he's got an offer from the University of North Texas, the University of New Mexico. Just a big kid up there that can really throw some people around. 300 pounds, 6'5", making work up there up front for those Denison Yellow Jackets. A great block there, really setting up Asa Osborne for his running lane straight into the end zone to put Denison on top by 11.
Yeah, Damian Smallwood, the 6'5", 300-pound offensive tackle. Just a couple of years ago, Smallwood was playing H-back on this football team, and he was the same size then as he is now.
I mean, could you imagine a kid that big coming at you with the ball in his hands? I mean, how do you tackle a guy like that? But that just shows you, how selfless a lot of these players are. To go from a guy that's handling the ball to then setting the blocks for the running backs. It's a great kid there with Damian Smallwood for sure.
Also an outstanding basketball player, Damian Smallwood.
Yeah.
Here's the kick by Denison. Off a Sherman player, ball is loose. And EJ able to recover it.
Very scary play if you're EJ Chapman right there. He knows that if he gets the ball, he's going to go down to set up the good field position. But luckily for Sherman, he's able to jump on that one after taking it off the leg, looks like. And heads up play, jumps on it. Denison was right there, though. So if he would have mishandled jumping on the ball,
53.
Denison might have had a good chance of getting that ball back.
Gold, offsides, 5-yard penalty added on to the end of the kick, first down.
So an offside penalty called on Denison, but Sherman most likely just going to take the ball right there, and that's what they're going to do. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Sherman at the 39.
The Bearcat offense has been pretty quiet since the end of the first quarter. I wonder what offensive coordinator Derek Thompson has dialed up here.
So Sherman, 1st and 10. Bethel, play called dead before the snap.
Prior to the snap, false start, 66 of the offense. 5-yard penalty.
So Sherman will back up
down.
5 yards, and it'll be 1st and 15.
Coach Martinez talks about how he wants his team to play aggressive, and that starts up with the offensive coordinator who we just mentioned, Derek Thompson, former North Texas quarterback, Hall of Famer over there at UNT, as a matter of fact. So pretty interested to see how aggressive he calls it, coming out here with just under 2.5 minutes left in the quarter.
1st and 15 for Bethel. Bethel back to throw, steps up in the pocket. Ball is short, intended for Sean Husband. And there's another penalty marker on the play.
Might have had a free play there. I'm not sure. They let him play out, which usually indicates an offsides call, but we'll have to see what we're dealing with here.
False start, 73 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, replay the down.
Back him up 5 more yards. Now it's going to be 1st down and 20.
So Sherman with a series of penalties here, facing 1st and 20 now, trailing Denison by 11 with 2:24 left in the 3rd quarter. Bethel flanked by Caleb Thompson. He's got trips to the top of the screen and Sean Husband at the bottom of the screen. He flips it out to Thompson. Nice catch, turns it up. Going to get close to the original line of scrimmage before he's knocked off his feet. It's going to be 2nd and about 10.
Another one of those screen passes dialed up by Sherman. William Wallace was the defender to come in and break it up. See here, Thompson fighting through the contact early. A lot of Yellow Jackets around him, but he almost gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Sherman back to the line quickly, 2nd and 11. The handoff to Thompson, and he is dropped by Jalik Lewis behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that Denison defense not going to let him go anywhere after that, just really swallowing him up there. Good play there by the Denison defense.
Excuse me, Javante Briscoe on the tackle on that one. Would like to thank the fine folks over at Jimmy John's in Sherman, providing our entire crew with lunch today.
We sure do appreciate that. I know I do.
Can't thank them enough. Been a long day for a lot of our crew members, and the day got a little brighter when Jimmy John's showed up with those sandwiches. Thank you to the fine folks at Jimmy John's in Sherman. Here's Bethel on 3rd and long. Bethel's going to take off. And he's going to be short of the first down, but it was a great effort by Tate Bethel, but he's going to be about 4 yards short. And the Bearcats are going to be faced with 4th down.
So many times it looked like Bethel might have been, throwing the ball downfield, might have been ready to go down or get tackled, but he kept his head up. He knows how much they need that first down there. Bethel, kind of growing into his own here with his feet. Last season, he had 165 yards over the entire season, but he did have 6 touchdowns on the ground. So he's kind of one of those guys where he's trying to become a dual threat quarterback and help his team out any way that he can. And he sure is showing his toughness tonight, too. He's taking some big hits, and he's staying in there.
Yep, he has done his part, hasn't he? Here he is on that latest run where he just almost picked up a first down on 3rd and long.
So right here, making that move, cutting back upfield. Not a lot of quarterbacks, not a lot of receivers can make that kind of move. Just shows the athleticism by Bethel to make something out of nothing. And like you said, they almost picked up the first down. I think they're about 3 yards short here. So a big 4th down decision when you're down by 11 with a minute left in the 3rd quarter. Derek Thompson going to have to make a big play call here if they're going to go for it.
Well, just a couple of years ago, you may remember Tate was a wide receiver when Blaze Benson was running the show at Sherman as the quarterback, and Bethel as a sophomore played wide receiver and perhaps the best receiver that they had at the time.
Yeah, have we mentioned that Bethel can pretty much do it all? I mean, he's a great athlete. It really doesn't matter what he's doing. It's almost like he's meant to make some kind of big play regardless of what playing field or lake that he's on for that matter.
45 seconds left in the 3rd. Bethel brings the team back up. They appear to be going for it on 4th, and now J.D. Martinez wants to talk about it.
Last season, Sherman went for it 18 times on 4th down, converted 5 times, so a 29% chance of picking up the first down on the 4th. So maybe they wanted to see what the defense was going to show them there. They can go back to the huddle. Derek Thompson can come up with another play and just see what kind of play would work with the formation that Denison's giving them on defense.
You want to see some vintage footage?
Of course.
How about the old mascots going after the axe?
Nothing beats that right there. I'll tell you that right now.
There you go. This is like 2006, I think.
I wonder who won. This battle right here between the mascots, not the game.
Good times, the history and the tradition of this rivalry, and they're still trying to wrestle that axe away from one another.
Yeah, I just hope that those blades were a little dull. Might have got a little dangerous there swinging the axe around. The crazy thing is the axe already has 2 blades on it. We're probably 10, 15 years from needing to add a 3rd. I mean, that's what happens when you play 121 times before tonight.
Here we go, 4th down. Sherman's going for it. They need 4 yards to get the first down. High snap. Bethel rolls out, completes the pass, but Denison is all over it. Big stop by the Jackets. Landon Ellis makes the big play, and Denison has the ball.
Great play call there by Coach Wallace, the defensive coordinator for Denison. He almost knew that the screen pass was coming. His defense was ready. They were in the perfect position, and Landon Ellis capping the play off with the big tackle. It's no easy thing to do to tackle Benji Amayabu, but he makes it happen, and it's a turnover on downs.
So with 28 seconds left in the third, the Jackets take over with an 11-point lead, and Heavner is under center in the wishbone look here. And it's a pitch to Jadarian, looking for space, cuts it upfield, and look out. He is headed to the house. Touchdown, Jadarian Price.
This kid is something special. He had some great blocks out in front of him. Both Asa Osborne and Keebler Wagner laying their bodies on the line to set the blocks there for Jadarian. And he says, you know what, guys, I appreciate that. I've got plans for 6 of those. Just a great play there by Jadarian Price. You can see there why he's so heavily recruited by 19 different teams in the country. But I think that list might get a little bit longer before the season's over.
And Chad Rogers says halftime message received. The extra point is good. Penalty markers are everywhere. As it stands, it's going to be a 34-16 lead, but we have the business of the penalty flags.
Wow, I'm still just in shock. What a great run that was. When you got a wishbone look like that, you never know where the ball's going to go. But Price,
foul.
You give him a little bit of room,
defense.
and you can pretty much say goodnight to it. He's got some breakaway speed. First play of the drive.
On the kickoff.
Not much better there by the captain, Jadarian Price.
Well, they're still sorting out the penalty flags. All the officials have their notepads out, and they're working out just what we're going to have to, what kind of explanation we're going to have this time. Let's take a look at some of the runs by Denison in the second half. There's Asa Osborne with the short touchdown run. Then Jadarian. This is as good as it gets right here.
So special, such a special athlete.
And then Osborne, his second touchdown of the night. And then what you just saw, Jadarian Price. And this is what everybody's talking about.
Jadarian out to 144 yards on 12 carries. That is a highlight reel run if I've ever seen one, for sure. I mean, this is just a kid that's only a junior. We heard big things about him as a freshman. I think he came out and scored 15 touchdowns in his freshman season, really broke onto the scene, and he's really picking things back up here in his junior year. Like I said, David, we've got one more year of seeing him play right here in Texoma on Friday nights before he goes big time and plays in college somewhere. And the crazy thing to me is how great of a kid he is. You know, he's never afraid to come up and talk to anybody. Just a special, special young man.
Short kick recovered by the Bearcats. E.J. Chapman just covers it up, and the Bearcats will take over right there, trailing 34-16 now with 16 seconds left in the third. And this is going to be a pretty critical possession, you would think, for the Sherman Bearcats.
Yes, yeah, like you said, there's 16 seconds left here in the third quarter. Sherman hasn't scored since the blocked PAT in the second quarter. This offense has really got to find who they were back in the first quarter and see what's working. You got to find something to get this offense going. The Denison defense still looking great, but Sherman's got to find something.
Bethel back behind center. Back to throw, running into his own blocker and then covered up by some Denison tacklers.
You know, I almost wish that Bethel was wearing some kind of watch that tracked his steps, because he's been running all night long tonight, and he did it again there.
Well, we are headed to the fourth quarter. The Denison Yellow Jackets leading this one 34-16. The third quarter was all Denison. Jadarian Price putting on a show. Jackets lead 34-16, headed to the fourth.
Hey Dave, featuring Double Dave's Pizza, is open for food and entertainment for the whole family.
Downtown Denison is open, and here at the Rail Yard, we're kicking back with food and fun. Come join us. We've missed you.
Denison is open for business. Come see us, but be safe.
The Hoyt dealerships in Sherman, Durand, and Whitesboro are now Freedom by Ed Moore's, a respected family-owned business for over 70 years. And while we have a new name, we also have the same friendly, professional staff you know and trust. Each and every one dedicated to providing outstanding customer service to the residents of North Texas and Southern Oklahoma. New name, new attitude, same great staff. The new Freedom by Ed Moore's dealerships in Sherman, Durand, and Whitesboro. And remember, nobody beats a Freedom deal. Nobody.
Hi, I'm Dr. Alex Roby, Sherman resident and medical director at the Red River ER. As a locally owned emergency center, it's our mission to deliver medical care when it matters most to those in our community. We are staffed with experienced physicians 24 hours a day in a state-of-the-art facility, complete with advanced imaging, on-site labs, and little to no wait. From all of us at Red River ER, we look forward to serving you and the needs of our community.
The 122nd Battle of the Axe brought to you sponsored by Denison Development Alliance and Guild Mortgage of Sherman. Partner sponsorships from Freedom, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Knight Furniture. B&B Automotive and Wrecker. Red River ER. First United Bank. And the Utter family of dealerships, Ford, Lincoln, and Kia. Start of the fourth quarter now. Sherman with the ball, trailing 34-16. Bethel in the shotgun. Bethel rolls right, kicks it out to Sean Husband, slips a tackle and picks up about 7 or 8. As the Bearcats need to capitalize most likely on this drive.
You know, I think offensive coordinator Derek Thompson has realized how much Bethel is running around back there. So it looks like he dialed up the designed rollout just to give Bethel some time to get his feet behind him and deliver the ball. And like you said, Sean Husband was there to catch it and then give them some good yardage. 3rd and short now.
Coach Thompson became a Hall of Famer over the offseason as the former quarterback at UNT. Bethel hands the ball off, and Thompson picking up some nice yards across the 35 and a first down for Sherman. Nice run by Caleb Thompson, the sophomore running back.
I think Thompson is going to be a very special running back for years to come, just a sophomore. But you see right here, he's able to slip through a lot of tackles, keep his feet turning, and he just picks up the first down there for the Bearcats. It's a great run there by the sophomore.
1st and 10 for Sherman at the 36. 11-10 left to go here in this football game. Bethel back in the shotgun. Amayabu flanking out into the slot. Bethel, and he's in trouble. Down he goes. Big sack by the Jackets. Jacalen Fields there to make the stop.
Jacalen Fields is so fast coming off the line. The offensive linemen for Sherman have no chance stopping him. He just comes screaming off the line there, and Bethel doesn't even know he's coming. It's on his blind side there. Fields, untouched, brings Bethel down. He's had a great game so far tonight. He was a second-team all-district. He had 3 sacks in their scrimmage last week against Denton High. So Jacalen Fields carrying things over into week 1.
Fields moves to the left side now at defensive end. Bethel in the shotgun, and here he comes again. What pass is complete this time, and pushed out just beyond the original line of scrimmage. That's Husband on the pickup.
Sean Husband has a lot of speed if he ever is able to get into open areas. He's got a 4.6 40 time. He's got a lot of
the defense.
A lot of yardage under his belt and 2 touchdowns last year.
Down.
So it looks like we had an offsides penalty on Fields. Maybe he lined up offsides. But it's going to be 2nd and 12 for Sherman here. Bethel looking, nowhere to go. He's going to step up into the pocket and run, and he can do this. Close to a first down, going to be a couple of yards short, so it's going to be 3rd and about 2, but a nice run by Bethel. Nobody was open.
Bethel, just one of those guys where we've talked about how much smarter he's gotten with him when it comes to his decision-making ability. Pulls the ball down, nobody open downfield. He's been running for his life all night long, and he's able to will that run into almost a first down. It's now 3rd and short, but we do have a flag down on the field.
Well, they're moving the chains.
God, what a run there by Bethel if he picked up that first.
So we'll see what the flag is, but it appears that this is going to go
Dead
against
ball,
Denison.
unsportsmanlike conduct, number 22 of the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Well, this is a heated rivalry, and we have had more than our fair share of unsportsmanlike penalties tonight on this game.
Yeah, for sure. It's just one of those games where this rivalry goes back for years, and these kids wait for this game every year, and the tensions rise.
So it's 1st and 10 for Sherman, and the handoff goes to Thompson, but there's nowhere to run there, and it's going to be 2nd and about 12. Lost a couple.
Yeah, Denison normally runs with a 4-2-5 base defense, but you almost want to take some of those linemen back because they're getting so much pressure on the quarterback. They could almost put some guys back in the secondary and still have time to get to the quarterback.
Bethel with a 2-back set now. High snap. Omayabu picks up the blitzer. Bethel just throws it away, almost got sacked, but was able to get rid of it to avoid the sack and the loss.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive that he was able to get rid of this ball. Looks like Jarrett Hendricks, the transfer out of Durant, who had the pressure on Bethel, somehow able to get the ball out before being taken down there by Hendricks. What a great play by Jarrett.
Nine minutes left to go in this football game. Denison leading 34-16. It's 3rd and 13 for Sherman right now. Bethel dumps it off to Thompson, and he is upended by Keelan Vaughn.
Keelan Vaughn, we've been calling his name a lot tonight. Defensively, he's one of the best cornerbacks that Denison has. 22 tackles last year. He was a first-team All-District in 2018, second-team All-District last season. He has a career of 11 interceptions, and this guy can play some very sound defense. Comes up, not letting Thompson get anywhere with that open field tackle. Great play there by Keelan Vaughn.
We've got 4th and 13, and the Bearcats have no choice but to go for it here. Bethel in the shotgun, back to pass, has time, throws deep, but overshoots Omayabu, and it'll be Denison football.
That's the first time Sherman's thrown very far downfield this entire second half. Benji Omayabu had a step on the defender, looked like he could have brought the ball down if he would have extended and been able to take an extra step, but Bethel just leads him just a little too much. Omayabu gives it everything that he's got, but just cannot come up with the ball. So Sherman is now 0 for 3 on 4th down tries. Denison will take over on their 43-yard line. So good field position for the Jackets.
So 34-16, Denison with the lead in the ball. 8:08 left to play in this edition of the Battle of the Axe, the 122nd meeting. Here's Osborne trying to get the corner, and he punishes the would-be tacklers, and he may have a first down. Osborne not going to be denied right now.
Osborne, we've talked about how strong he is. Just one of those guys where he doesn't care what defender is coming his way. He's going to put the shoulder pads down and try to run you over, and he did it to 2 different defenders there. Such a strong kid. Momentum definitely going Denison's way right now.
1st and 10 for Heavner. Hands off to Jadarian Price. Price picks up about 3, maybe 4.
Jadarian Price, Asa Osborne, that's kind of been the story of this second half, is those Denison running backs. They've put up together over 200 yards, over almost 250 yards between the two of them in this game. It's so hard to prepare for an offense that does that.
Denison Yellow Jackets back to the line on 2nd and 7, and now we have whistles.
I believe he's motioning for false start.
Prior to the snap, false start, 33 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, replay 2nd down.
So the Jackets will back it up 5, and we'll go 2nd down and 12. 7:20 left in this game, and the Denison Yellow Jackets have been running the ball so well they have not attempted a pass in the second half.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Osborne up the middle. Pickup of about 8.
Shoestring tackle there might have saved another 6 points, so a great play there by the Sherman defense to keep Osborne from breaking it to the second level and possibly taking it even further.
3rd and about 6 here. Jackets hurry to the line. Just under 7 minutes to go. Osborne stopped near the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th and about 5. And Chad Rogers has a decision to make here.
Yeah, it was a good play there by Domingo Copeland, the 6'3" junior for Sherman, coming off the line, coming back from her, keeps following the play, never gives up on it, and he finally is able to get to Jadarian Price and stop him before he can pick up the 1st down. So like you mentioned, Denison with a big decision here with about 4th and 5.
Good defense there by the Sherman linebackers and those big defensive linemen who J.D. Martinez says he just wants them to junk up the line so the linebackers can run free. Wishbone set for Denison. Look for Price. Here he comes. 4th down and 5. Price turns it up. 1st down and more. Price is off to the races. This is going to be a Denison touchdown. Jackets add on another one with Jadarian Price taking it to the house.
Jadarian Price is about as solid as you can ask for when it comes to a running back. Such a total package. You saw him make several cuts, make several moves, never gave up on the play, showed off the speed, showed off the strength. This kid is something special. We'll be watching him on Saturday nights before too long. He is such a great running back. Denison really running the ball here in the second half.
The extra point is good. Denison adds to their lead. It's 41-16. Denison with another touchdown for Jadarian Price.
Hey Dave, featuring Double Dave's Pizza, is open for food and entertainment for the whole family.
Downtown Denison is open, and here at the Rail Yard, we're kicking back with food and fun. Come join us. We've missed you.
Denison is open for business. Come see us, but be safe.
Hi, I'm Dr. Alex Roby, Sherman resident and medical director at the Red River ER. As a locally owned emergency center, it's our mission to deliver medical care when it matters most to those in our community. We are staffed with experienced physicians 24 hours a day in a state-of-the-art facility, complete with advanced imaging, on-site labs, and little to no wait. From all of us at Red River ER, we look forward to serving you and the needs of our community.
Spending life wisely means taking small steps towards a life of love and impact. And we're here to inspire and empower you along the way. Spend life wisely. First United Bank.
Welcome back to the 122nd Battle of the Axe at Munson Stadium. Denison has been running the ball well, to say the least, here in the second half. Jadarian Price with a touchdown. But you know what? These guys aren't just great runners. Look at number 7. Asa Osborne, the other running back, leading with the big block.
You know, Coach Rogers talked about how selfless these guys are. They don't care who gets the ball. They don't care who has the most yards, the most touchdowns, who gets the ball the most. They just care about who score, like just scoring in general. And so for Asa Osborne to put his body on the line there, come up with the big block. That's what really gave Jadarian Price the running lane there towards the end of the secondary. Without that block, it may not have been a touchdown. So that's great to see the selfless teammates that Denison has.
So the Jackets kick off here with 6:03 left in the game. Ball is bobbled. And then Sean Husband. And not much room there for Husband on the return.
Sean Husband, one of those guys, he's kind of like a water bug. You know, he can kind of make some moves on a dime, so a very dangerous guy whenever the ball's in his hands, and he was trying to make something there. And Sherman, if they want to come out and win this game, they're going to have to make something happen very, very quickly here with just under 6 minutes left in the game.
Since Sherman led 14-0 in the first quarter, Denison has outscored the Bearcats 41-2 since the end of the first.
Yeah, Sherman has, you know, they've kind of had trouble stopping the Denison defensive line. Bethel is, even whenever they've been looking downfield, they haven't had much time to throw downfield, and so that's really hindered their ability to put up some points and get any kind of yardage. You know, whenever you're going to a short screen pass or handing the ball off, or Bethel's been forced to run, you know, it's hard to get those big yardage plays that you need whenever you're trailing by so many points.
Jacket fans are no doubt enjoying this one. 5:53 left to go in the game. Denison leading 41-16.
So Jadarian Price now over 150 yards on the night tonight. Denison, that's just in the second half actually. Jadarian Price has 188 yards in total, 153 in the second half alone. Asa Osborne has 100 himself. How unreal are these running backs for Denison? There's Jadarian. What a game. 188 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's averaging 13 yards per carry. That's a first down anytime he touches the ball. I'm not great at math, but I think that's pretty good.
Regarded as one of the best running backs in the state.
Number 4 in the country, if I believe I'm correct, ranked by Rivals 20.
So Sherman takes over with 5:53 left in the fourth. Bethel back behind center, Omayabu in motion. They give it to Thompson. Thompson picks up a couple before he's wrestled down.
Yeah, the Denison defense, they're not letting anything happen when it comes to the Sherman run game. They really stepped up here in the second half. Not much working on the run game for the Bearcats this half.
Five and a half minutes left in the game. 2nd and 9 for Sherman. Bethel back to throw, has time. Now he scrambles left, flips it out, and a great pass and a better catch by Omayabu.
And Omayabu making the adjustment. What a catch there by him. He's been kind of quiet here in the second half, but he makes the great adjustment, runs back to the ball, makes the diving grab. That's one of the first long passes and catches for the Bearcats in the second half. Man, what a play there by Omayabu.
And how about the release by Bethel, running to his left and just flipping it out there. And Omayabu makes the spectacular
no easy
catch.
Task.
Yeah. Bethel, 1st and 10 now for the Bearcats. Here comes the pressure. Bethel sidesteps. He's in trouble. Down he goes. Ball is loose. It looks like the Bearcats got on it, but Bethel was in trouble from the start on that play.
And Bethel doing everything he can to find his receivers downfield, but the Denison secondary locking their receivers down. You see Ja'Kalen Fields in there making some noise. Again, we've called his name a lot. Javonte Briscoe in there to clean things up. Just a special defense for these Yellow Jackets.
Four minutes left to go in this game. Bethel on 2nd and 14. Hands it off to Thompson. He's got some room, turns it upfield, gets across the 45. and about the 48. It's going to be 3rd and about 5.
You know, I kind of wonder if the Denison defense is looking past, and so Sherman's just thinking, you know, maybe they can get the ball around the outside, pick up some yardage, and kind of put them in a better passing situation where the Denison secondary has to kind of squeeze up a little bit to give Bethel some room to throw downfield.
3rd and 5 for the Bearcats. 3.5 minutes to play. Bethel hands off to Thompson. Thompson picks up 1, maybe 2, and it's going to be 4th down for Sherman.
William Wallace in there for the play for Denison. This is a kid that was an honorable mention all-district linebacker a season ago, 57 tackles. And when he comes in at 5'10", 175, you know, he's going to make some noise up there in the offensive line.
4th and 4, Sherman's going. Bethel, quick throw. And it's going to be very close. E.J. Chapman is close to the 1st down, and it looks like he got it. They're moving the chains.
You know, Coach Martinez talked about E.J. Chapman being one of those guys that has just a very long frame, and if he can get the ball and make something happen, he's got the body length to kind of dive out and make something happen there.
We'd like to welcome in a new audience. To those of you watching on CBS, Denison with a 41-16 lead at the Battle of the Axe, and Sherman quarterback Tate Bethel just has the fall on that one. Sherman led this game 14-0 in the 1st quarter, but since then it has been all Denison, leading now 41-16 with just under 2.5 minutes to go.
The 122nd Battle of the Axe, like you said, David, you know, this is a great game. Year in and year out, you know, it's just one of those games where everybody looks forward to it every year. You know, it's kind of dwindling down here with 2 minutes left, but, you know, it's been a pleasure to watch this game firsthand.
It has been a fun game. It always is. Bethel looking to throw, finds his man. It's complete to Jacoby Hunt, but he's tackled immediately, and it's going to be 3rd and long.
Keebler Wagner is one of those safeties that could just come in and make something happen with his speed and his awareness. One of those guys that just, he can almost sniff out those plays like those short passes. He's always in there on those plays like that. Keebler Wagner is a great safety, all district last season, and he's off to a great start here in 2020 as well.
1.5 minutes left to go. Bethel on 3rd and 18. Back to pass. Here comes the rush. Throw goes deep. He's got his man, and it is caught. Great play by Jacoby Hunt. He was wide open, and Bethel hits him in stride.
You know, Jacoby Hunt is one of the biggest downfield threats that the Bearcats have. They're finally getting him involved. 6'3", great speed. He had a touchdown last year on 497 yards. Keeps the play alive, gets behind the defenders, and brings it in, setting the Sherman Bearcats up inside the red zone. They've had some success so far tonight inside the 20. We'll see what happens here.
Bethel hands it off to Thompson. He runs into some tacklers. The Bearcats trying to move the pile. He'll pick up a few. Closing in on 1 minute left to go in the game. We're at 1:03.
You know, regardless of the score, Sherman really wants to find the end zone here, kind of take some kind of momentum into next week. Next week, they got Mount Pleasant back at Bearcat Stadium, so they're really going to want to end this game on the right notes and kind of have something going their way.
2nd down and 6. Bethel trying to get his team into the end zone for the first time since the 1st quarter. Bethel over the middle, wide open. Jacoby Hunt, that's a Bearcat touchdown.
It's only fitting that Hunt was the one to bring it in. He's the one that kept the drive alive on that long pitching catch. Jacoby Hunt, 6'3", 205 senior, all district, great player. He had a great game against Denison last season as well. So Jacoby Hunt keeping up his good streak against the Yellow Jackets. He had that score last season against the Jackets. So Jacoby Hunt, one of those great offensive talents, getting the Bearcats on the board, like you said, for the first time since the 1st.
Castleberry on for the extra point. And he splits the uprights on that one. And the Bearcats get back on the board, but with just 34 seconds left, not going to be enough, but a great pass by Bethel, and Hunt with the touchdown. 41-23, Denison with the lead.
With Knight celebrating 108 years right now, we know it's important to focus on home. And we're going to help do that. $1.08 down on financing for as long as 60 months, $1.08 delivery, and $108 off anything over $4.99. We know home is important, and we have items in stock that can help you now. Celebrate 108 years of making homes more comfortable. Open 10 to 6, Monday through Saturday, or anytime by appointment. Better prices, better quality, Knight Furniture.
Mortgage rates are low, but what opportunities are you missing if you're only thinking about refinancing to lower your rate or term? Are you considering using some of your equity to buy investment properties, remodel your home, pay for college, pay off debt, or just put money in your pocket? This is a great time to consider how to save money.
Hi there, I'm Sabrina Wegley with Yield Mortgage here in Sherman.
And I'm Michelle Castle, and we're here to help you achieve your financial goals. Give our office a call today to schedule your appointment.
So the Bearcats get on the board again here late in the fourth. Jacoby Hunt with a 10-yard touchdown reception from Tate Bethel to cut it to 41-23. Big play there for Bethel and Jacoby Hunt, but with just 34 seconds left, the Denison Yellow Jackets hold the 41-23 lead.
You know, the game may be out of hand, but I like what I saw there from the Sherman Bearcats. They never gave up. They showed a lot of grit, a lot of passion. You know, they're going to take this momentum that they found here in the last drive into their game next week for sure.
So Sherman looking like an onside kick formation here, and the Denison Yellow Jackets are going to call a timeout and talk about it.
While they talk about that, let's talk a little bit about the history of the Battle of the Axe. Sherman and Denison, you know, this game's been played since 1901. That's a long time ago. It's the longest continuous rivalry game in the state of Texas, but it wasn't called the Battle of the Axe until 1949.
Right.
So that's wild to think about. Only 3 games have not been played since 1901. And crazy enough, one of those games was not played, I believe it was in 1918, because of a pandemic. It just shows how far we've come where we were able to play even though we had this pandemic starting in March. It's crazy to think about how long this rivalry's gone and how far this game has come. Of course, Denison has won the last 7 in a row. But it's actually Sherman who leads the way all time with 68 wins to Denison's 45.
Athletic Director Bob Jones and J.D. Martinez sharing words there. And there's an onside kick. It's a good one, and it's recovered by the Sherman Bearcats. How about that kick? Castleberry with a beautifully placed kick, and it falls right into the hands of the Sherman receiver.
It's Braden Speed jumping on the ball. It did go 10 yards, so it should stay with Sherman here. We do have a flag down on the field, though. So Sherman will take over after the well-executed onside kick. You know, it wasn't as wild as Greg Zerline's onside kick for the Cowboys on Sunday, but still very impressive nonetheless by the sophomore Castleberry to put it in perfect position, get the great bounce, and give his players the chance, the opportunity to jump on that ball. And Braden Speed was the right man in the right place at the right time.
You know, you were talking about the history of this game, and it just feels a little different playing on a Thursday night, and it's been a long time since they played on a Thursday night. We have to go back to when Eisenhower was in office. Of course, we know where he was born, right?
It was Denison, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct. Have to go back to the 50s, the last time this game was played on a Thursday. Here's Bethel with 32 seconds left. He throws it deep. He's got an open man, but it's over his head and falls harmlessly to the turf, and it's going to be second down.
Yeah, he did have Xavier Miller kind of wide open in the middle of the field. He just kind of put a little too much mustard on that ball right there. Xavier Miller, just a sophomore, 5'7", 145 coming into the game. He had a good chance there, but Bethel just sailed it a little bit on him there. But, I mean, to his credit, he had a Denison defender coming down hard. You know, he had to get rid of the ball there.
27 seconds in the game now. Bethel on second down and 10. Here comes the rush, and a really nice pass, but just couldn't hang on to it is Sean Husband. And they're talking 8-peat already. There's your hashtag for Denison fans.
You know, the wild thing was, I think Chad Rogers was finding the number 8 everywhere he went. If you follow him on Twitter, he was just left and right finding pictures of 8s. I'm not sure why.
It couldn't have been a coincidence, could it?
Or could it?
21 seconds left in the game. It's 3rd and 10 for the Bearcats. Bethel. Here comes the rush again. He picks up a couple and he's knocked down. Bethel's taking a lot of hits tonight, but he keeps getting up.
Such a tough kid. I mean, he's been, like you said, he's been taking hits all night long, but you know what? He's shown just how tough he is by staying out there. I don't think he's missed a single snap all game long, and he won't because
clock winding down, and that's the ball game. The Denison Yellow Jackets have won the Battle of the Axe 41-23. That's your final score. The Axe stays in Denison for the 8th year in a row, and the celebration is on for the Denison Yellow Jackets winning this one.
What an all-around great game for Denison. They showed us the defense early, and they showed us the offense late. All around a complete team win for the Denison Yellow Jackets to win their 8th Battle of the Axe in a row. You know, we saw the run game really on full display here tonight for Asa Osborne and Jadarian Price. Caleb Heavner, you know, didn't have to do a whole lot with his arm in the second half, but he did kind of, you know, find some running lanes and make it work whenever he needed to. So, you know, this Denison offensive and defensive line, really a strong suit this season. They start the season off 1-0, a great start. They're going to head into district play before too long. I believe they have one more game left before district play starts. They've got Texas High next week at Texas High, and then it's Lovejoy after that. The celebration really ensuing here as the Denison football players find the student section.
Yeah.
And this is a sight that they've seen for the last 8 years in a row.
It's one of the best scenes in high school sports when the winning team can go to the student section and thank the other students that have been there to support them the whole way. And you know what? These kids have had a lot to go through over the past 6 months or so. School being canceled in March, spring sports wiped out, didn't know if we were going to have a football season, and who knows what the rest of the fall will bring. But for right now, we had the Battle of the Axe, and we had the Denison Yellow Jackets celebrating because they played a football game and they won a football game tonight. Christy Waite down there with the winning coach tonight. Christy.
Hey guys, so I'm here. First of all, what was the kind of thing that really flipped the switch for you guys on defense to get this win tonight?
We started blocking better and we started tackling better. We just started doing, we quit worrying about what they were saying or what they were doing, and we just started doing what we're supposed to do, and it's just, that's the way it's supposed to be.
There it is. What did you tell your team when you went to the locker room?
To knock off the stuff that has nothing to do with jacket football and just play jacket football and come out and be physical, and we challenge them. If you want to win, come out and block. Come out and run the ball. Let's do something.
8 in a row. It's got to feel pretty good, right?
It does. I'm proud for our community. I'm really proud for our kids and our coaches. You know, we got great coaches. Does a great job of adjusting at halftime, so it's fun.
What do you think this win means, especially during a global pandemic? I mean, for a while there, we weren't even sure if there was going to be football.
No, you're right. You're right. So to have this game was awesome. I took a couple moments there and just reflected back on that. So, I mean, it is what it is. But hey, 8 in a row.
Where are you going to put it?
Back where it belongs. It always stays in Denison.
Thank you, Coach. All right, back to you guys.
Thank you, Christy. Chad Rogers says it belongs in Denison. Well, for 8 years, that's where it's been.
Yeah, he's not wrong. Like you said, the last 8 years, the Ags has belonged in Denison. Coach Rogers now 8-1 in this Battle of the Axe game. The only one that he has ever lost was in his first season. So the Battle of the Axe goes to Denison yet again. You know, what a game, what a rivalry. This means so much to so many different people. And the 8-peat is what's breaking out in Denison tonight.
The Denison Yellow Jackets celebrating one of the greatest scenes that you see in high school sports or sports in general, because that axe means so much to these two schools. This rivalry means so much to these two schools. They put it all on the line. And Sherman started fast and played well, but the Jackets finished strong.
Now Denison's 46th overall win in the Battle of the Axe game. They are still trailing Sherman, by the way, in the all-time record by 68-46 now. But you know, the way Denison's been playing, they show no signs of slowing down. These kids that were making all the big plays, Jadarian, Caleb Heavner, I mean, they're all just juniors. There's so many juniors on this team, 23 juniors, a lot of underclassmen still up and coming. So this Denison football team is going to be good for years to come, and they show just how good they are when they play their brand of football game in and game out. So a great game overall by these Denison Yellow Jackets.
It's a scene that these Denison fans have become used to. Their team winning the Axe, and it stays in Denison for another year. We're going to get a break. More post-game from the Battle of the Axe. The Denison Yellow Jackets win 41-23.
At B&B Automotive, we know it's stressful when your kids start driving. Here are some tips for parents with teen drivers. Always buckle up. Install apps to help reduce texting and teen driving. Check out our site for a list of apps. Always set the example. Go over and set rules of the car. Remember, where your eyes go, your car goes. Go to our website and grab a checklist of scheduled maintenance for your car. Please come by and schedule your maintenance at our new location.
The Hoyt dealerships in Sherman, Durand, and Whitesboro are now Freedom by Ed Moore's, a respected family-owned business for over 70 years. And while we have a new name, we also have the same friendly, professional staff you know and trust. Each and every one dedicated to providing outstanding customer service to the residents of North Texas and Southern Oklahoma. New name, new attitude, same great staff. The new Freedom by Ed Moore's dealerships in Sherman, Durand, and Whitesboro. And remember, nobody beats a Freedom deal. Nobody.
Dave, featuring Double Dave's Pizza, is open for food and entertainment for the whole family.
Downtown Denison is open, and here at the Rail Yard, we're kicking back with food and fun. Come join us. We've missed you.
Denison is open for business. Come see us, but be safe.
Mortgage rates are low, but what opportunities are you missing if you're only thinking about refinancing to lower your rate or term? Are you considering using some of your equity to buy investment properties, remodel your home, pay for college, pay off debt, or just put money in your pocket? This is a great time to consider how to save money.
Hi there, I'm Sabrina Wegley with Guild Mortgage here in Sherman.
And I'm Michelle Castle, and we're here to help you achieve your financial goals. Give our office a call today to schedule your appointment.
It'll feel like a day at the beach during the Ford Summer Savings event at the Utter family of dealerships. During the Ford Summer Sales event, get $6,000 total cash back on 2020 model year F-150 XLT.
Imagine those savings before you get a great Utter Family Ford deal.
Remember, you can always go to our website for our best price. Visit us at BlakeUtterFord.com
or BobUtterFord.com.
It's been a great football game. We want to thank our sponsors tonight: Denison Development Alliance, Guild Mortgage of Sherman, Freedom Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, Knight Furniture, B&B Automotive and Record, Red River ER, First United Bank, and the Utter family of dealerships, Ford, Lincoln, and Kia. Well, what a game it was, and it was a wild one from the start. Lots of big plays in this one, and here we go. Asa Osborne barreled in for his first touchdown of the night. Then Osborne, again, he scored twice in a row. Then they hit you with speed. Jadarian Price gallops into the end zone for the touchdown. Then the Price was right again. Back-to-back touchdown runs of 43 yards and 42 yards for J.D. Jadarian Price. Christy Waite down on the sidelines with one of those running backs tonight. Christy.
And I have the man right here joining me now. How does it feel?
Oh, it's amazing. I'm so glad to be a senior and still having the Axe and having an AP Presec.
What was it like to go, and you played here all 4 years, what is it like to go pretty much all 4 years winning the Battle of the Axe?
What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
I said, what's it like to go all 4 years winning Battle of the Axe?
It's amazing. Everybody doubted us, but we proved everybody wrong. We kept the culture going for the whole entire school and all the fans around.
What really flipped the switch for you guys on defense tonight?
After the first half, we settled down, talked to coach. We told everybody it's for the culture, it's for us, and that we need to step it up. And then we got to work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that was Asa Osborne, great running back. He really does it all. We knew he could run straight ahead, big physical runner, but he also showed his pass-catching ability tonight and his ability to just get the ball in the open field.
You know, the Denison Yellow Jackets almost have like a thunder and lightning combo here. You saw the thunder there with Asa Osborne and the lightning with Jadarian Price, and Christy Waite has Jadarian down live on the field. So, Christy, how was this game for Jadarian?
All right, first of all, what was it like to get this win tonight?
Oh, it was great. It was great to make history. That's what we've been preaching all this time, all week last week, preaching, make history. The teams before us got us here. 8-peat, let's do it. We made history.
A little bit of a slow start. You guys came back, though, for the win. What did Coach tell you in the locker room?
Coach was just like, he believed in us. I mean, he's always believed in us. One thing he kept preaching to us was effort. I mean, that's the biggest thing. We had more effort, and so that's how it came out to be how it was. So.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Christy. Thanks, Jadarian. And those two running backs did a lot for Denison tonight. They didn't throw the ball in the second half, and the ground game really came through. And when you got guys like those two, you can do a lot of good with just running the ball.
Yeah, when you've got two guys that can run for a combined 288 yards. I mean, Caleb Heavner only threw the ball 11 times total tonight. Like you mentioned there, when you get a running back duo like that, you know, there's really no need to kind of mess with the success that you saw. 4 total touchdowns between Asa and Jadarian. You couldn't ask for a much better game between the two of them. 100 yards for Asa, 188 yards for Jadarian. A great start to the season for both of them, and a great start to the season for the Denison Yellow Jackets.
Well, it was a great football game. Sherman started fast, Denison finished fast, and the Jackets win the 2020 Battle of the Axe, 41-23. Thank you for joining us on this great game. Have a great night, everybody.